they lose all their challenges. You see, I'm making suggestions. So when LeBron James finally joined the Sixers, remember how the commissioner was kind of like Mona Lisa Vito, like stamping his foot, saying, "Can you make a decision? Because we got to come up with some nationally televised."
Waiting over here.
Yeah, we're waiting over here. And as soon as LeBron showed up with the Sixers on July 30th, I made this suggestion on the program. Oh, yeah, I made this suggestion on the program about, hey, here on the show, let's go. Let's put LeBron in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
To start the season.
You ready? Oh, there we go.
Is this on? Are we officially? Yay. Yay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before the growl, Em is here. Ireland's in Idaho. What's going on, people?
How are you, man? What's going on?
Good.
You ready? You ready for Spain?
I am trying to get ready. Now, last night, I told Bergman this just a minute ago, but last night is the first time we locked in two hotels last night.
Wait a minute.
Believe
you didn't have
guys
your
do.
hotel arranged
No,
before today.
Did not
That's
have
so
the hotels
crazy.
until last night at about 9 p.m.
And you're going to be there for 10
Literally,
days?
if I didn't have a hotel last night at 9 p.m., I'm canceling.
We're going to
the
be in
trip.
Barcelona for 6, Amsterdam for 4. Still don't have a hotel in Amsterdam, but I know which hotels we're staying at in Barcelona. Juan likes to take this right down to the wire because he wants the very best deal he can get.
Is that proven that it's the best deal he can get?
I think he loves the process.
That's
Like,
okay.
maybe this hotel, maybe that hotel. I don't even pay attention to him until we get right down to the
If
wire.
you're okay with it, that's all that matters. It would freak me out.
Yeah,
Now,
me too.
you know who Rajiv is? My friend Rajiv, who's been in a bunch of our events. And
Tell us who Rajiv is.
okay,
though.
so Rajiv is like a guy that connected with me. He's done TED Talks. He's an AI expert. He's been around the station a lot. He texted me last night and said, you have to go to a particular restaurant. And I forget the name of the restaurant. That's not important. So we go and check. It says, make reservations at least a year in advance. At least a year in advance?
Well, maybe Rajiv has like an inn, and maybe it was like, hey, I know the owner. I can get you guys in.
He doesn't. He
Okay.
said, ask your concierge if there's any way to get in there. But
Well, that could still work.
could.
You know, for all you know, at the nice places you're probably going to stay at, they might have a connection.
on
as
top
well.
of that, the tasting menu is $750 a head in euros, which I think is a lot. Is that about $750? What's the euro to the dollar now?
Wait a minute. Euro to dollar. I'll do it on my phone.
It's a lot of money,
A lot.
but it's not. It's less than 750, I think.
but
Euro-
more than you probably want to spend on dinner.
but
dollar.
probably more than I would spend. Yeah, that is a lot of money. I could not in good conscience do that. Spend 750 euros on
Oh,
dinner.
I was wrong, Mason. It's more. It's 865
Ooh.
U.S.
No dinner at that place,
but you
Rajiv.
work hard. It could be.
Still, there's a recklessness about going for a $1,600 or $1,700 dinner.
Also tweeted you yesterday about where your layover is.
Yes.
And how that might be a little worrisome.
Yeah, now, so M got this tweet yesterday. It says, tell Mace to make sure he has enough time in Frankfurt to deal with the non-EU travelers check-in. I did that leg when I went to Primavera in Barcelona this year and almost missed trying my connecting flight. You have to do biometrics before passport control. I don't know what that means. That means
All right,
like
so
the
I had
eye
to do
scan?
this in
I think
do this in Italy, and it took over an hour.
Did it really?
Yeah, he's right. You have to get into this.
So what did they do?
You just wait in a really long line to get processed, and then they let you go through.
Do they scan your eyeballs or anything like that? Is it like Minority Report? What's the
I
biometric
think they do
part
take
of
a
it?
picture of you.
Oh, it's
yeah.
like at LAX here, where you hand over your ID or passport or whatever, and they do the quick picture, and then you keep going.
Okay.
But it probably just slows it down.
Yeah, it slows down. I only have an hour and a half in Frankfurt, so I'm thinking we may juggle that or may miss that flight.
You'll get there.
I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. I'm
Maybe
super
you'll have
excited.
a fun night in Frankfurt.
I want to
before
go
you
to the Drippy Castle. I call it the Drippy Castle. It looks like it's, by the way, not finished. There are cranes all around it. It has been under construction for about 1,500 years.
Is this the Santiago one?
the
or like
Sagrada
Sagrada
Familia?
Yeah.
Apparently
Okay.
still under construction. Still not done.
Is this your first time in Spain?
No, I've been
Okay.
to, I was in Sitges once before. Haven't been to Barcelona. Haven't spent much
But
time in
Juan's
Barcelona.
been there before too.
Juan has been there.
Okay.
Yeah, Juan has been there. And then we've both been to Amsterdam, and we're We're making a stopover in the old Amsterdam.
Pay homage.
Pay homage.
You should go to the place where in Fault in Our Stars they sit on that bench. It's right near the Anne Frank house.
They also go to the Anne Frank house.
Which
by
is
the
like
way,
odd.
Emily.
It is.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that is a show you would watch that Mason and I probably wouldn't. Or Mason, maybe you did. Did you watch Fault in Our Stars?
I did watch it. It's a really sappy, sad show.
But it's young. It's for young people, right?
YA, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the other day, I was flipping channels. Did I already tell you about this?
No,
And
I
I
don't
came
think so.
across a movie called Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought, this looks good. It's got Selena Gomez. It's got Vanessa Hudgens. It's girls running around
James
in bikinis.
Franco.
You know, it's right up John Ireland's alley.
Yeah.
Then it goes super dark.
Yep.
They turn into like killers.
Yeah, it's like
is that
early
right?
A24. It's one of the first A24 movies they did. It's like when they did that, and they did like Zola and stuff, like very strange. But yeah, it's a very, very dark.
Is it a slasher movie or?
No,
it's even worse than that, Mason. So there's no horror in it. They actually turn into murderers.
Yes.
So
They
break
start killing. They start pulling out guns and shooting people. The hot girls.
Spring break.
Wow.
Yeah. And I never saw it coming.
So did you give up on that?
I did.
Yeah, I would imagine.
What? You can't let the hot girls kill people? Come on.
No. I mean, it's specifically to watch the hot girls run around.
Is it
They were
hot
just
girl
running
killer
around.
summer?
They were just running around shooting people.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
rough. That's like The Purge. I cannot watch The Purge. I don't like random violence for no reason. And that's what The Purge is to me.
Wait a minute. You like John Wick? That's random violence for no reason.
No, he's fighting for his puppy dog. He's fighting.
But still, in like John Wick 4, still fighting about this puppy dog. I think it's a little different.
But
from
he's
John
fighting
Wick
the
4.
big tables and all that stuff, the houses, the hotels, all
Yeah.
that business.
Well,
There's a reason for
We
it.
got a show to get to,
All
guys.
right, we're going to do a show. Bunch of stuff going on. NBA schedules out for opening night and for Christmas. We've got Rams and a joint practice with the Cowboys even as we speak. Dodgers win last night. All that stuff coming up for you next. Mason and Ireland on the app, on the radio, and on the YouTube. See you in a minute.
All-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com. Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right it almost feels wrong. Right now, you can get great deals on our most popular models, including our adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Plus, there's our bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech. Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or Ioniq 9. So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Here we go, 12 o'clock.
Mayhem.
On a live imaging Tuesday,
Yes.
presented by Providence, on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. Oh, Johnny I is at the Idaho compound. Mace is here. Now, before the growl, if everybody doesn't know it, 11:50 a.m., you guys, along with Emily, do a YouTube prequel.
Yes,
if you will.
It's a prequel.
Now, you mentioned a couple things I want to hit on.
Okay.
The Drippy Castle, what is that?
Oh, you ever see the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona? It looks like it's dripping. It's by Gaudi or somebody like
What
that.
is it
It's
dripping?
Super cool. I'll show you a picture of it. People who've seen it know what Drippy Castle
Listen,
is.
may
It is
I
a
see
Drippy
it, as
Castle.
somebody once said.
Oh, there you go.
And finally, you mentioned you don't like The Purge.
No, I hate The Purge.
I love the movie.
I don't like random violence
And
for
I-
violence's sake.
I believe it is something that should happen. Once a year, everybody
No.
should be able to get it out of their system.
No,
Right?
absolutely
Johnny
not.
I? Get it out of your system once a year.
Yeah, Mace, it's not senseless violence. There's a plot in that movie, isn't it? That one day a year they get rid of a bunch of people.
So
No.
they just randomly go kill people.
But it makes everybody it resets things.
Yeah, I'm not in favor
But see,
of randomly
for instance,
killing people
because of
one
the-
day a year.
because of
Okay,
the-
but what about a sex purge, which is the movie that's out right now
What's
called
it?
One Night Only?
One night only is
You can
a
only
sex
have
purge?
sex one night a year if
One
you're
night
single.
a year. One night a year is the only night you can have sex.
Well,
Morales.
with that, let us
Yeah.
begin the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland, your Tuesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Hey, what is is up, Jono. It's the final day in Idaho, right?
Yeah, back early tomorrow morning. You and I are going to pass each other in the air.
Yes. Yes.
I'm into the YouTube chat as usual.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Johnny Buckets. He said, kick Morales out of the studio. And my response is, Johnny, I've tried for years. It's not happening.
So for
Just
people
not going anywhere.
For people like Johnny Buckets and all these people in the YouTube chat that say we've never sucked more, and they hate us. They hate us so much, yet they're here every day.
They're there every day, Chris.
9 hours a day.
Thing.
I would like to announce a special congratulations to our whole team here, headed up especially the digital team by Carlos Saisu.
The great Carlos Saisu.
YouTube, our July month, 2026, was our most successful YouTube month in history.
Wow,
that's what I'm talking about. Way to go, Carlo.
From a viewership standpoint, hours viewed, revenue.
Wow.
So for us being so bad and people saying, oh, they suck, the place is going, Greg Bergman's destroyed the place, they've never been worse. I'm putting on Bergman. Not me.
Is there a lot of that out there? They've destroyed the place?
What's funny, Mace, is there was a guy yesterday that just all he did was shred the station, shred me, shred Beto, and we keep asking him, why do you listen? You have like a million options. Just go use one of the other million options. And yet he doesn't go. It's like that line, Chris, from Private Parts, where they do the survey on Howard Stern, and they say either people rate him as a 1-star or a 5-star, but the 1-stars keep listening. And when we ask why, they say, I want to see what he's going to do next.
Right.
So to all of you out there that hate me, that hate Morales, that hate the station, you're still listening because you want to see what we're going to do next. Welcome to you as well.
Yeah, and by the way, do you have anything that you hate but you still watch it anyway?
No, Real Housewives, probably.
Do you hate watching?
Oh, I think Emily and I both do. Yeah, and would that be accurate?
There are some times that I keep watching even though I don't think the series is the best because I want to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I was like that for The Bachelor for a long time.
You hate watch The Bachelor?
Yeah.
You know what I hate? I hate watch Ireland. You love this show, the morning show. I think it is the worst show on television.
You know, I bailed, Mace, and I'm going to go back. I bailed after season 3.
Oh,
and
it's so terrible.
Because you guys said season 4 was so bad, I never watched it. But I like all the actors on that show.
I mean, if I was
I'm a big fan of Billy Crudup. I like Aniston. I like Witherspoon. Early in that run, I like Mark Duplass, who's on that show.
He's good, yeah.
John, they go to space, and that's not the craziest thing that happens in a season.
No.
They go to space in, episode 2, and, don't talk about it ever again. What are we doing here?
It is such a random show. And it's
so today
unrealistic.
We get, Rich just had Brendan Hunt on, who is in Ted Lasso.
Yes.
He's Ted Lasso's right-hand guy, Coach Beard. And Ted Lasso it becomes available again at 6 o'clock tonight.
Oh, it's tonight?
Episode 2.
By the way, one of the things I loved about the first episode of Ted Lasso, the premiere episode for this year, was that, I forget the character's name, went to the Negro Baseball Hall of Fame and had just a really, really cool moment and a cool understanding. I thought it was a really nice tip of the hat to the Negro League Baseball Hall of Fame and all of the history that went along with it. He had gone to the Museum of Jazz. It was closed, so he ended up at this display, and it was really, really cool, I think. All right, so, Jono, we got games.
What's this Jono thing? I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never heard you
just
call
comes
him
out.
Jono.
It comes out every
It
once
comes
in a while.
out every once in a while.
Jono.
Yeah, now, are you talking about the Laker game?
Yes.
Okay, so...
the schedule's out. Well,
right,
at least opening
a
night,
portion
sort
of
of.
it, yeah.
So,
opening week,
couple
and
things,
Christmas.
Couple of things that I noticed right out of the gate. And I don't even know if you guys have put this together. I bet you Emily has. But how fun is our Christmas going to be?
Oh.
Lakers, Sixers at Crypto at 2 o'clock. Rams, Seahawks at 5:15.
Right.
Now that's a day.
That is Merry Christmas right there.
Yeah, that
Stay
is...
tuned to ESPN LA all Christmas.
Yeah, we will be all
Forget your
over
family.
all of it on Christmas. By the way, the day is just, first of all, I thought all along it would be LeBron at the Lakers on Christmas Day. That's the way it did turn out. It's interesting, though, the Lakers are not playing opening night of the season.
Well,
They're playing the second night.
That's what's going to start to happen unless the Lakers go on a run. Because what the NBA is all about on opening night, on Christmas Day, is star power.
Right.
So I think what they said is, well, we don't necessarily need the Lakers on opening night. They're going to play on the second night. They're going to open at home against the Warriors. But we need them on Christmas against LeBron because we're competing with the NFL. And that is just going to be a monster day. Now, do you think eventually, Emily, you had a story in your email today that the Hall of Fame NFL game, the game last week with two garbage opponents, Carolina and Arizona.
In a meaningless game.
Carson Beck and Haynes
with
King.
Nobody playing.
Yep.
Did a higher rating than any baseball game and any hockey game this year, including all of the Stanley Cup finals.
Yep.
So football is a ratings gorilla. I mean, it will just stomp on everything. Do you think eventually the NBA has to get off Christmas?
They need to.
And either move it to what the English call Boxing Day.
Yeah, that would
which
be
is
good.
next. Because the NFL kind of takes what they want.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah. I mean, they are going to squeeze every eyeball out of this thing. So, John, for example, Christmas Day this year, 9 a.m. Knicks Spurs, 10 a.m. Bears Packers, 11:30 Celtics Heat, 1:30 Broncos Bills, 2 o'clock Lakers Sixers, 5 o'clock Timberwolves Thunder, 5:15 Seahawks Rams, and 7:30 Warriors Nuggets.
That's a day.
That is so much content. That
Might
is
have
so
to
much
fire
great
up.
stuff.
Might have to go double TV that day.
Would you not, if you were the NBA, say, yeah, Boxing Day, day after Christmas, probably a pretty good day to do it?
Right. Or, no, it's been sacred ever since I've been a sportscaster, and I started my career in the mid-'80s.
Yep.
Christmas Eve has always been sacred.
Yeah.
Nothing happens on December 24th. Does any sport dare try and take over Christmas Eve, or would it fail miserably?
I think Jesus wins there. I think birth of Jesus.
Jesus doesn't win on
precedence.
Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Christmas Day is just as important as Christmas Eve.
Do you?
Yes.
Christmas Day feels different than Christmas. Christmas Eve feels sort of weirdly holy to me.
Well, I
it
think
was always quiet
But
around
Christmas
the
Eve
house,
doesn't?
and Christmas Eve does. Christmas Day is just like, man, I'm good with that.
So we have Christmas Eve this year.
What do
We have NFL Christmas Eve.
do? We
Texans Eagles Thursday, December 24th.
Okay, so they're now the NFL is getting greedy.
It'll be on Amazon.
Oh man, away
Now
in a
they're getting
manger.
greedy.
That's terrible.
But I also think
That's not a bad game.
We've
either.
had,
No, it's a good game.
We've had Christmas Eve before NFL a few years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, every once in a while they do it, but for the most part.
And if it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, well, guess what? Goodell don't care about no Jesus, man.
Or
Well, he probably.
or Jesus cares about the NFL too.
Yeah, no, Jesus is an NFL fan
Yeah,
too.
he is.
Yeah, he is.
He wants to watch
Hey,
SNL.
Veronica in the YouTube chat says Jesus wins every day.
Oh,
Exactly right,
very
Veronica.
good.
There you
That's a good job, Veronica.
That is absolutely
Except
a correct point.
when the Rams and the Lakers play back to back.
Right, and then we're watching them.
I do think it's interesting that I saw this note that it was the first time the Lakers have not opened their season on opening day of the NBA since 2019, which just so
Since
happens
LeBron
to be
came.
the first day the year of LeBron. So everyone's saying, "Oh, LeBron, blah 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 blah." Well, you're no longer on opening night anymore, and the NBA thinks of you differently.
Well, here's the thing, and I've said this, and nobody wants to hear it, but whoever got LeBron was going to get the big national TV games, and that's exactly what is going to happen. The Sixers are going to be on television more than any other team.
Yep.
Because they're loaded with stars, and that used to be us.
Yeah, yeah.
But Laker fans don't care. They wanted LeBron gone. We've covered it many, many, many times.
Right.
And so you can't say LeBron leave and then get mad when you're not on national TV every time anymore. The Lakers will still have plenty of national TV games. That the whole
Oh, sure. I mean,
big
Luka's a
schedule
star.
comes out Thursday. But Luka, LeBron,
He's not hated the way LeBron is. LeBron is polarizing. People love him. They hate him. That's why you put him on Christmas Day. There are tons of people that will watch that game just to root against LeBron James. And
Correct.
that's what you get with LeBron. You get the full experience. Luka is kind of a lovable superstar. He doesn't piss anybody off.
LeBron against Bronny on Christmas Day.
Oh,
There you go.
The family gets to spend Christmas together.
There it is.
That's very nice. Do you think Bronny's still going to be on the roster by then?
That is a great question. Great question. Right now they have 16 people signed. You can only keep 15.
Yep. And they're still keeping a seat warm for Jonathan Kuminga if that were ever to
Yeah.
happen. There's still Jonathan
The
Kuminga
answer
who's
to that
out there.
question is I'll be dead honest.
Yep.
I hope so because I like Bronny. I think I think much like Lonzo, people take their hate for the father and pass it on to the son, which I don't think is fair. Bronny is not the same as LeBron. He's his own guy. He's worked really hard. He's a great teammate. Everybody likes him. I don't know how much he's going to play. Remember, he should be a junior at USC.
Right.
So I think he's probably not quite at the point of a rotation player yet. Would you agree with that?
Yes, 100%.
But I like him. I like having him around. I like having him around. I like him having on the team. I know the team likes him. The coaching staff likes him. And so I hope he's still there, but I don't know the answer.
The terrible look would be if he wound up in Philly somehow. Because then it feels like he's not his own man. He's just following
If
Dad
I
around.
was Bronny, I wouldn't want that.
No, I would not.
But I haven't talked to him about it.
Yeah, time to break out on your own. Be your own guy. All right, coming up next for you, Jeff Passan is not worried. And by the way, Tarek Skubal threw last night. Wasn't?
Oh, yeah, we got to get into that,
He was good enough. He didn't have a great night at all. Didn't have his A stuff. But Jeff Passan says, don't worry. Are Dodger fans worried? We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers for your afternoon drive.
I want to know, after a long day, or if you're wearing sandals, tip or no tip, you're down to drive barefoot.
Absolutely. What am I wiping for? It's going to be my feet.
But you stepped in dog crap earlier in the day, drove your car with your shoes on, and now you put your bare foot on the dog.
I don't do that.
No, I'm
not
good.
that you know of.
That's true. Very true.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got LifeSource Whole House Water System. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. No more harsh, skin-irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did, and I'm never going back. LifeSource has been doing it for decades. Read the reviews. Call the LifeSource California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
That pallet of pavers collecting dust, the beginnings of a garden, those stray fence posts. Are you haunted by half-finished projects on your land? John Deere is here to say, not anymore. Our compact tractors allow you to swap implements easily, and they're backed by the nation's largest dealer network. You always had the right idea, and with the right tools, those projects can get finished for good. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/compact tractors.
Ande Ortiz When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Yes, indeed. 12:17 on a live imaging Tuesday on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. Live imaging Tuesday made possible by Providence, providence.org/SoCal Heart. Providence brings together leading heart specialists, advanced treatments, and compassionate care, keeping you in the game and doing the things you love. Like Mace, he likes to, what do you say? You're like a Bob Sack in the sack.
Bobcat in the sack.
With expert cardiac care available across Southern California. We're here to support healthier hearts in every community. Providence.org/SoCal Heart.
Okay, so I want to try this on you guys. Em looked at it earlier. John, I've got a Final Jeopardy question that actually was used, and I want to see if you can get the right answer.
Okay.
Okay. It's a 2-minute penalty in the NHL, 15 yards in the NFL, and no penalty in Major League Baseball. And if you're Doc Ellis pitching a no-hitter in 1970. It's a 2-minute penalty in the NHL, 15 yards in the NFL, no penalty in Major League Baseball, and if you're Doc Ellis pitching a no-hitter in 1970.
I don't know.
What is...
Was interference?
No, what is tripping?
Oh.
Doc Ellis was tripping.
Oh, wow.
During his no-hitter in 19... That's a very tough question, I think.
Yeah. Did anybody get it?
Yeah.
You know?
No, nobody got it.
Oh.
Everybody struck out on that question. It's a tough one. All right, so last night, Dodgers... By the way, Dodgers playing with a sense of urgency. I know Tarek Skubal didn't have his best stuff, fastball kind of all over the place, didn't have command, but I thought the Dodgers looked engaged fully and out to fight.
Completely agree. I think the Muncy bases loaded double was as big of a hit as they've had all month. I still don't think Edwin Diaz is there. Matter of fact, the second out I thought might have been a home run.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good confidence builder. I'm glad they keep trotting him out there. I don't know if you've been the same as me. I've had it in the back of my mind, both during the 8 out of 9 losing streak.
Yep.
The pitching was the worst in the National League, and so was the hitting.
Yep.
But I always thought in the back of my mind, the pitching's going to be fine. They're going to get Skubal. They're going to get Blake Snell. He's pitching tonight.
Yep.
Eventually, they're going to have Yamamoto, Skubal, Snell, and Glass now, and if they need him, Ohtani. So
yes.
In the back of my mind, I've always thought, okay, the pitching is going to be fine. But the hitting, Mace, has been awful. And last night, the hitters looked good.
And I thought, too, Dave Roberts demonstrated a sense of urgency by pinch hitting for Teoscar Hernandez in that 6th inning with Kyle Tucker. That's the kind of move you make, and he did it over the weekend as well. Teoscar's swing is all over the place right now. But, again, important to win the game right in front of you, and the right move last night was to pinch hit Kyle Tucker, who ended up working that thing for a walk. And, what can you say? Shohei, gets on, steals second. Stealing second was, critical in that moment in the 7th inning. That allowed Freddie to drive him in. I mean, I just felt like there was some fight there that we haven't seen, and I don't think it would have felt very good if we were sitting here today thinking, God, we had Skubal, we had home field, we're at Dodger Stadium, and we lose.
Were you like me? When Muncy hit the double,
yep,
I got in the shower. I thought, okay, they got it. I get out of the shower, it's 5-5.
Yep.
And then Freddie came up and came up with the big hit. But tonight they get KC again. I'm interested to see what Snell's going to look like.
Yes.
It would have been even more demoralizing just because it's the Royals. That they are not a very good team. Because, you could say the excuse of the other teams they've played in this bad period for them have been good teams that are teams that are competing in the postseason. That's not necessarily the Royals' outlook on this season. And I think it felt as must win as a game in the middle of August
could be
in a 162 game season could be.
Yeah.
Well, I think this. Do you guys agree with me that this Thursday through Sunday series, Brewers at Dodgers, is probably a preview of the NLCS?
Yes, probably. And I haven't seen his Mizrahi. I don't know if Mizrahi.
Well, I hope it's like last year's then LCS.
I'm guessing he will. Yeah, I mean, last year
it was a sweep.
Yeah, we beat Milwaukee last year. This year, tell you what, that is a really great baseball team, and I think it will come down to
Are we going
to
catch Mizrahi this time? I think we missed him last time.
It's a 4-game series, so likely, right? Going to hit Mizrahi at some point in this series.
I would think.
The other guy they've got is Kyle Harrison's the other guy you don't want to face. He's a machine as well.
But I actually kind of do want him to face both those guys because I think it's a good midseason report card, don't you?
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, here's the thing. I don't care about being the number 1 seed. I care about being the number 2 seed. And as
you want to buy.
As of this moment, you would have a 3-game series against a wild card team to start the playoffs, and that is not a good feeling because anything can happen in a 3-game series.
The Dodgers will face Mizrahi on Saturday and then Henderson on Sunday if everything goes as planned.
Against Skubal on Sunday, by the way.
Yes.
So Mace, here's the pitching lineups for the Dodgers.
Okay.
Sasaki Thursday, Yamamoto Friday, Robleski Saturday, Skubal Sunday. So that's pretty good. And then, as Emily mentioned, Mizrahi goes Saturday and Henderson goes Sunday for the Brewers.
Although I will say Robleski is cooked at this point.
Well, I think he's thrown too many innings.
He's given up 8 home runs in his last 3 starts. He just doesn't look like the guy from before the All-Star break. And I think he'll obviously continue to start until everybody's healthy. But he is a bulk reliever.
Well, let me ask you this:
I think
tonight
once you get to the postseason.
is Tuesday.
Correct.
If Snell pitches well.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, you wouldn't want to pitch him on 3 days rest.
No. No, I mean, I think you're on a 6-man rotation. So those guys are going to continue to pitch. Even though Robleski, I was talking to Bergman about a little bit earlier, he just doesn't look like the same guy right now. And maybe he'll figure it out, but he hasn't looked good.
Well, and neither does Tarek Skubal, which is why I think it's interesting. I pulled the sound from Jeff Passan on Get Up this morning, and the thing you're seeing from Skubal in the 2 starts for the Dodgers so far is he's not the same level of Skubal we've seen before. So this is Jeff kind of maybe quieting those fears.
Tarek Skubal doesn't go through bad stretches. This might actually qualify as a bad stretch for him. And like you said, he's getting comfortable at this point. He's getting used to his new team. He's getting used to the catcher, the environs, everything that comes with being a Dodger. But the Dodgers are fine with that. Let's not forget, they lost 7 in a row last year, too, and then proceeded to win their 2nd consecutive World Series. So it's not that they don't care about the regular season. It's that they use the regular season as a training ground for October, which is really when they're most concerned about Tarek Skubal being at his best.
And by the way, a little nugget, Josh Burns, or Brandon Gomes was walking around the clubhouse apparently last night pointing out that the Dodgers, despite the fact that they would be the 3 seed right now, have a better record at this point in the season than they did last year and
the year before.
Yeah. So they're not. All is not lost, people. All is not lost.
And it was interesting. Freddie also talked about how he was asked about what Dave said to them about playing with urgency, and Freddie said, like, baseball's baseball. You can't like swing the bat harder one night versus another night. Like, he was kind of trying to like calm that aspect of like, we need to play with more urgency, but it felt like they did, though.
Yeah, they absolutely did. By the way, they burn ABS challenges like they're going out of style. Like Andy Pages won last night. They were out of them by the 4th inning. Andy Pages had one last night that was like really close to middle. I'm like, what the hell are you doing challenging that? You've got to save those for key situations. And some people just don't have a feel. I don't think Andy Pages should use any more challenges.
Well,
he's
wait.
Been
Let's
bad
have
at
a
it all year.
broader conversation about this. Michael always points out, and by the way, Michael and Pepe are both coming in tomorrow.
Cool.
If you're a fan of Michael and Pepe, but I'm not sure I would use a challenge in the first 5 innings unless the circumstances were extraordinary. In other words, bases loaded, 2 outs, they ring you up, and you're convinced it was a ball, and that would give you a run and keep the inning going. You could use a challenge there. But it would have to be extraordinary circumstances for me to use a challenge in the first 5 innings because I want those when the game is being decided late. Does that make sense to you?
It does, although I will say this, though, let's bases loaded 3rd inning. I think it's okay to use a challenge in that spot.
That could be the deciding inning. Because, like, for all we know, in baseball, it's the The relievers come in late, and that might not actually be where the game is decided in 7, 8, 9. It might actually be when the starting pitcher is losing his stuff in the third inning and you have bases loaded and you have the opportunity there. So I think you should not approach these uses of challenges by the first 5 innings or after the first 5 innings. It should be based on leverage.
Because I remember early in the year, Alex Call used 2 on 1 at bat and lost them both.
Right, but there was not great leverage in that position.
Right. John, I think it's got to be used not necessarily based on inning, but by situation. So, in other words, if you got the bases loaded in the third and you feel you got rooked on a call, I think you use an ABS challenge there.
But nobody on with 2 outs? No. Especially early in the game.
Exactly. And
there was a call last night where they rung up Pages, and he had no recourse, even though it was a ball. Oral Hershiser talked about it because they had already burned all their challenges. That's what you want to avoid. I would say the same thing in the NBA, by the way. Don't use your challenge
clear
until
that
late.
throw, baby. You could clear it.
He's got the long mic.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's got that long mic.
Yeah,
Just put your
long
hand
mic.
over it for a second. Clear it all out.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay, good.
He had some schedule in there. It's okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Bottom back up, Wilbur.
You back?
He was just away from the mic for some reason and turned on this mic for a little bit.
All right.
Okay, got it. Interesting. What Dodger do you think has challenged the most this year? Anyone? Take a shot.
John, we can't hear you. You got to turn your volume up.
Yeah, turn your volume up, John. You slipped. Most challenges.
I'm going to guess Muncy.
Muncy has challenged 6 times and is 3-3 on challenges. The leader and really, really good, Teoscar Hernandez has challenged 14 times and won 10 of them.
Is this possible? I read today somewhere that Teoscar Hernandez has 0 walks this year. Has not walked in a game. That can't be right, can it?
Can't be right. Really not a single walk in a, I mean, he swings at everything.
I don't think it can be right. I think it was maybe just speaking.
He swings at stuff that happens to be in the same zip code. I mean, he is just all over the place right now, which is why Dave pinch hit for him last night.
He's walked 27 times.
Yeah, I mean, so there was somebody just making a point that he hasn't walked
barely.
in a month.
It feels like he hasn't walked very much. All right, coming up next for you, interesting stuff from Adam Schefter. Don't forget the Rams have their joint practice with the Cowboys going on right now. Schefter's got something that might affect the Rams as soon as opening day. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN LA. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon.
Jeff Passan joining us here.
I think that the players right now are extraordinarily dug in because they don't think that what MLB has presented to this point is going to change the competitive balance aspect any more than what their plan would do. The lockout is coming December 1st. It's going to happen. I worry we could be in for a lot of games missed this season.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon.
ESPN LA.
Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
You already know how to count. You already know who to call. Simple counting pattern that lands on Jacob every time. 800-345-6789.
So basically, if you can count to 9, you can count on Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights, there was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a 1-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, Huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
12:32 on a live imaging Tuesday presented by Providence, providence.org/SoCalHeart. Providence reminds you whether you're cheering from the stands, spending time with the family, or enjoying an active lifestyle. A healthy heart, keep it beating, Jack, can help keep you in the game. Providence is here with expert heart care and compassionate support every step of the way, Mace.
Absolutely they are.
Was that the Dobie Gray version of Drift Away, Chris?
Yes,
or is
indeed.
that the Uncle Cracker version?
No, that's Dobie Gray, the original. 1971, I believe.
Yeah, great song.
Great song.
What do you mean? You're going to downplay Dobie Gray?
I don't even know who these people are.
Don't be a miscreant.
I'm not a miscreant.
Oh, Mace, you know that song.
I recognize the song a little bit, but who else? Dobie Gray and Uncle
I think
Cracker.
that was his one hit. Chris, did he have another hit besides that one?
I don't. No, the In Crowd. Dobie Gray wasn't he? Didn't
How
he
did
do the-
Uncle Cracker get involved?
He covered Drift Away, and it's a great cover.
All right.
So it's either one of those two versions.
Okay.
That you're playing it.
I have a piece of news about Puka Nacua, and then
Yeah, this is
some
disturbing.
Stuff.
I'd totally forgotten about this.
So before we get to that, John, there's a report from Sarah Barshop out at Rams-Cowboys joint practice.
Who we trust and we like.
Puka Nacua left early during practice. Sean McVay doesn't know what the wide receiver is dealing with. Also,
he left with trainers.
Also, Sean McVay said Myles Garrett is still dealing with swelling in his knee, so the Rams erred on the side of caution, holding him out of the joint practice today. McVay said Garrett is feeling about 85% and that there haven't been any setbacks. So I'm not worried about that. Puka leaving with trainers is a concern.
And keep in mind, this is the only time we will probably see these ones because they're not going to play in preseason at all. So the Matthew Stafford, Myles Garrett, Puka Nacua, this is the only time we're going to see them up against people before week 1.
Yeah, but other than Stafford, those are probably the two most important guys who you wouldn't want to get hurt.
No doubt. Now, here is a separate story about Puka. Listen to what Adam Schefter says about Puka Nacua.
There are some things going on behind closed doors that we don't have full access to that are going to have a significant impact on this season, depending on how these conversations go. And what I'm talking about is the potential discipline for a handful of players that we believe will be handed down, whatever it is, by the start of the regular season. Cases that I believe are now being reviewed include that of the Rams wide receiver, Puka Nacua, who could potentially face discipline for some of the offseason headlines that accompanied him and some of those incidents last year with another woman. What did and didn't occur, we'll leave that to the NFL to figure out what did and didn't happen. But it's possible that when the Niners and Rams play in Australia, it's within the realm of options that Puka doesn't play in that game.
So
another reason to love that game.
Yeah. So you realize the incidents that Puka was involved in. There was the live stream incident where he did the anti-Semitic stuff
During last season.
During last season. There was the criticizing the refs and then doubling down on it, which cost him $25,000. There was the biting incident with the woman, which I don't know the details of very well at all. So I don't exactly know what went on there. I'm sure the NFL is investigating that. And there was the drunkenness at the Super Bowl, wandering around drunk at the Super Bowl.
And let's make an important point here. Even if none of those things lead to any criminal charges, the NFL oftentimes just punishes guys without criminal charges.
Yes.
And so that's what you got to be on the lookout for.
And Puka during the offseason, he did a lot of therapy work. And he says he got real with himself and his inner circle. He made a promise to his mother. He took harsh criticism from his brothers. He whittled his circle down so small at times that it's him and a team therapist talking, months and emotional stratosphere away from the live stream. So he is really working at this. He's working with a team therapist. He's narrowed his circle down. So hopefully this is going forward. Puka is in the middle of the fairway. He's in the straight and narrow. But that doesn't mean the NFL cannot suspend him for a game. And it sounds like that's a possibility.
It's in the air. Obviously, Adam Schefter wouldn't be attaching his name to something like this without it being in the air. And he didn't say a specific thing. Also, didn't say if it was more than one game. For all we know, it could be multiple games if that is what the NFL chooses to do. There's also Alaric Jackson, who is still being investigated potentially by the NFL. Has not been said that what his potential suspension, if there is a suspension, could be. He's in a similar situation in Puka in that even if he isn't found guilty in the court of law,
correct,
he might be found that he could be suspended by the NFL because they are a private, business that can have their own rules on how to, deal with and punish players.
Now, he did not mention Alaric Jackson.
No.
But that is out there. And, I mean,
And this would happen even if it wasn't in Australia. This is just a week one suspension. It's not because it's Australia, because it's against the 49ers. It's just that it's the week one.
Right. And Alaric Jackson is potentially, he did not mention him by name, but that's out there as well.
Well, let me throw this into the discussion, and let me preface it by saying, you guys know, if you listen to the show, I hate suspensions. I think you should always, in any league, be looking for a way to keep the players on the field or on the court rather than take them off. Having said that, most leagues disagree with me. They suspend people all the time. The NBA does it. The NFL does it. Major League Baseball is a little better. They don't do it as much. But, Mace, in the context of this conversation we're having, Kyle Shanahan came out this week and said that accident he got in was completely his fault.
Yes.
He said he was driving a Tesla. He had it on autopilot. He was looking at other things, and the car veered out of control. He doesn't know if the car, but he basically admitted that he was negligent.
Yes.
Do they consider suspending him for that game?
No, because you're allowed to have an accident.
It's car accident versus potentially domestic violence or violence against women, if that is what they were looking at for Puka, which the NFL seemingly takes seriously.
If the other driver would have been hurt or, God forbid, killed, does it change the dynamic?
Was it an accident as opposed?
Yes.
Well, no. If somebody dies, that's a totally different scenario. Obviously.
Yes, the thing that Kyle said was the Niners tried to cover it up and say he was involved in an accident. It was nobody's fault. Then he came out and said, that's incorrect. This was my fault. I caused it. I was negligent. I turned off my Now, again, I wouldn't suspend him under any condition.
Right.
But if you're going to suspend Puka and he's never charged with anything, and Shanahan admits that he was negligent behind the wheel.
Well, wait a minute. Did he admit he was negligent?
Yeah.
Or he said he made a mistake? He had an accident. You're allowed to have a car accident.
No, but I think he even used the word negligent because he said that I wasn't paying attention to the road. I had it on autopilot. I was looking at other stuff. And thank God he's not hurt, and thank God the other driver's not hurt.
But
where's the line here?
Okay. Well, the line is Puka's an idiot.
And the line is violence against women versus a car crash.
Yeah, and that is the difference.
Anti-Semitism. That's the line.
It's the biting thing. It's the anti-Semitic thing. It's all that stuff.
But I have a question, and it's kind of, I think, also what John was talking about with, what's the reason for a suspension? The reason for the suspension should be to stop whatever that thing you did from happening again. And I think from what Puka is trying to do this past offseason with going to therapy, going to,
seeing the team therapist,
exactly,
narrowing the circle, all that stuff.
To hopefully not have that happen again.
Right.
And I think maybe the NFL can see that he is working towards being a better person and correcting that, and that suspension would not necessarily serve what their intention is, which is not having it happen again.
So let me. We're doing a couple of things here, but I want to bring up something with the Shanahan accident.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to drive around on autopilot?
Yeah.
If you're
people do it all
allowed
the
to.
time.
Yeah. Sua does it. He just did it Saturday when he left the golf course.
I have a friend who is watching TV shows on his iPad while his car's on autopilot on the 405.
Question,
I will
though,
say
is
that
that legal?
Yeah, so
I don't know the answer to
what
that.
the Tesla is you used to have to keep your hand on the wheel, but Sua was saying that now you have to keep eye contact, so it's reading your eyes. So if you shift your head or move your eyes and you're not paying attention, it'll go alert. But if you reach down to grab your phone, which is what Shanahan said he did, your car could get out of control because it's no longer – it's going to keep alerting you in the car, but that doesn't mean that the car can't go off.
I also think this potential law is trying to be passed in California to change this, but is not yet.
Here's the other interesting thing, John. Notice this. Have you seen one picture of the Kyle Shanahan accident?
No.
Of the car? If he was in a bad enough accident to break ribs and hurt his face, you don't think we would see a picture of the car? Yet the Tony Romo DUI video is everywhere.
It's everywhere, yeah.
So that
true.
when the NFL wants to make sure something goes away.
Let me ask you this, Chris.
Yeah.
They had video of Bob Kraft going into that massage parlor. You ever see it?
No.
Why do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when the NFL wants something to go away, they make sure it goes away.
But again, in the case of I don't put Shanahan and like Puka in the same category.
Neither do I.
Shanahan
To be clear, what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is, what if you're going to, and again, I'm against this.
Yeah.
I'm arguing against it.
Right.
If you're going to suspend people who are not criminally charged, where's the line?
Well, the NFL is all powerful. They decide.
Right.
Again, the
They
line
decide
is
where the line
against women.
Yeah, it is.
Not necessarily.
A lot of the time it is that the NFL wants to put out and wants to have everyone believe that they care about violence against women.
Yeah, if a guy gets into a fight in a bar, I've seen people get suspended for
Can
that.
totally get suspended for it. Yeah, I mean it's behavior. You know, it's behavior stuff, right? I mean, how long was Deshaun Watson suspended? For a year?
At least, right? We got hurt.
11 games. He got suspended for 11 games, even though there were no criminal charges.
The NFL would like you to believe they care about violence against women.
We're quick to suspend athletes, and I mean, if there's a criminal charge, I get it. But if there's no criminal charge, if authorities have found that this does not meet a criminal standard, I'm not crazy about the NFL just suspending people randomly because they don't like them.
But they're going to. Because they always have. I mean, going back.
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very, very sketchy. And the NFL is all powerful here. They decide what is and what is not a violation. I suspect that Puka's probably going to be suspended for a game.
I also will say it's a harder burden of proof to be proven guilty in a court of law because you have to be guilty without a shadow of doubt. There's a lot of reasons, and we can get into them at some point in time off the show about like why it's much more difficult to find someone guilty of the things that these men are being accused of in the court of law with how our law is set up. But the NFL seemingly wants to take a stand of what they believe to be wrong. They don't want players to represent this if they do suspend Puka and or Lark Jackson.
Yeah, and that's despite the fact that there were no criminal charges against Puka. It's actually not being characterized as domestic violence. And again,
but all three of us think he's getting suspended.
Yeah, because
violence against women,
there were
biting someone
there were
potentially.
Bite marks. I mean, that's the problem. Is there were actual bite marks. And the anti-Semitic thing is like for real. That was unbelievably offensive. All right, coming up next for you, icebreakers. M is going to try to fool us. Have you ever fooled us completely, M?
Yes, multiple
of times.
Oh, yeah.
Just
More
a couple
than
of times. So. Yeah, you have. It's not going to happen today. Not going to happen today. Ireland's in an enormous hole. He's trying to dig
out of it.
We will do some icebreakers coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Chris Morales, how's your water?
Listen, it's so beautiful because I can get out of the shower anytime I want, Mace, and I feel clean. I could wiggle it around like Johnny I wiggles it around.
I don't want that in my
You
hand.
know, how about this? It's possible that Chris and I are both wiggling naked simultaneously, me in Idaho and him in L.A.
And we might be sucking on the tap at the same time.
That's what happens. You'll be so happy when you get a Life Source whole house water system. You'll be looking for new ways to celebrate. Take it from me. Take it from Chris. We got this thing several months ago. It cleans and conditions the water from every tap in your house, so you're drinking, cooking, showering, and washing with healthier water every single day. And the best thing is no salt. no regular maintenance, and no more worrying about harsh city water. What do you say about that harsh city water,
what,
Chris?
Mace? You don't want to be a city water sleazeball no more. You want to be free.
Sleazeball, exactly.
You don't want to be a skivozo like Pepe says.
Mace,
by the
you
way,
should get this done while you're in Spain.
You know what? That's a good
got to
idea.
get it done because you want to have dinner with Juan, Stephanie, me, and you.
Yeah.
We want to be able to come to your house afterwards
And suck on the tap?
I want to suck on your tap for the entire evening.
Exactly.
I only let one person suck on my tap.
That's probably a good idea.
Could be a group. Look at DeAndre laughing in the YouTube room. Right, DeAndre? You want to be free, sucker. You want to be able to go to Mace's house and suck on the tap, too.
All right, so your question right now is obviously, where do I get this? How do I get this?
Yes, and how do we get out of this? Go ahead.
Yes. We call 800. The Life Source Water California factory number is 800-WATER-99. 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply. 1-800-WATER-99 or lifesourcewater.com.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Let Luka be Luka, bro. Let him lead in his way. And these off-season things are cool. And, and his relationship with Austin is great. I honestly think Austin should be the guy. Why does this have to be put on Luka? Not every guy who's the best player on the team has to be the quote-unquote leader. That's my point.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Hey, John Ireland here. Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job. It's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at globelifecareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit TRA.com.
Oh, it's Icebreakers time. Oh, right. That's right. The big voice guy.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka, your fit-friendly vodka with no sugar added, 64 calories an ounce, and keto-friendly. Let's do it. Icebreakers, presented by Blue Ice Vodka on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
All right, here's where we stand on August 11th. Mason, you're in the lead with 15 points. The others are in second place with 8 points. John, you're at minus 36.
Let's go.
36.
And you started the month off minus 52.
Okay.
For 10
Let's go.
points. I was born in 1955 in Greenwich, Connecticut. My mom worked for Time magazine. For 9 points.
Okay.
I was named as one of TV's most fascinating stars by People magazine in 1977. And I was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2010.
Okay.
For 8 points, I appeared in Happy Gilmore 2.
Everybody did.
Yeah, along with like half the world.
Most people
I knew
were
that's
in
why I put it early. Okay. For 7 points, I've appeared in Nutrisystem commercials, and in the 1995 music video for Hootie and the Blowfish's single, I Only Want to Be With You.
Ireland.
Go ahead.
It's Chris Berman.
It is Chris Berman.
Wow.
There we
Berman.
go.
Wow. Good job.
That is 7 points for you, John.
Well, I'm climbing out of that hole.
Takes you to 29.
Minus 29 is now, Mace, I'm going to win the month. When you go to
Yes,
Spain,
correct.
I'm going to take over
I'm
and I'm
sure
going to
you
win
will.
the month.
I have no question that you're going to win the month. You'll probably be working with a bunch of different people during that time.
The
Nobody
one
will be able
person,
to-
the one person who scares me is Andy Kamenetsky.
Andy's really good.
He is as competitive as I am and has a useless vast of knowledge similar to mine. Icebreakers, by the way, is sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka, made from Idaho potatoes and pristine Teton water for a smoother, creamier, cleaner cocktail. Mace, have I ever mentioned it's only 64 calories per ounce?
No, that's new to me.
Look for Blue Ice wherever you shop. Blue Ice Vodka, pure as the Teton.
So this Teton read, because,
Yeah.
Bergie does one in the morning for Blue Ice when he does Bergie's 3 Things
Love
around
that.
7:30 a.m. Now, what are the Tetons?
They're mountains.
They're mountains
They're in
Wyoming.
Jackson,
Yeah,
Jackson Hole,
yeah.
Wyoming.
And they cross over into Idaho.
They were named by the French settlers into the area because they look like the French word Tetons.
So our
Which,
bid on
which you know what that means,
Yes,
right?
I do.
Morales, do you know?
No.
I had a history professor who taught me this when I was at UCLA. Let's see, Em, how can we cage this? It Graham
Sydney
Graham
Sweeney has
Tetons.
great ones.
Yes, Cindy Sweeney has often been compared to the Grand Tetons.
Oh,
Chris.
okay.
Oh.
That's where they got the
Well,
name.
so
The peaks.
this was Sedano came up with this yesterday when we did the read. Johnny I not only sucks on the tap of Life Source, he bites on the Tetons from Life Source.
Well, I would be honored.
Or not Life Source.
But
Ice Vodka.
I don't want to bite because I might get suspended for the Niner game.
Oh, come on.
You know, I don't want to get suspended by the ESPN LA police.
Yeah, biting is just generally not recommended to anybody.
Bite marks
don't
are never
bite
good.
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
don't,
like
just
rule
don't
number
leave
1.
marks. How about that?
Hey,
Yeah,
Ma-
that's
Mason,
probably a good rule in general.
I have a question for you. Do you think you could take down Travis and Marcus in fantasy football?
I think
Mason?
I am pretty damn smart.
No, Mason is a terrible.
I'm one of the
fantasy
smartest
football
people
player.
around. I finished 5th last year, John.
Well, I think if you want to
is
try
my
to
best
do that,
finisher.
No, Mace, I finished. You couldn't have finished 5th. I finished 5th.
Did I finish ahead of you or behind
No,
you?
behind me,
Oh.
as usual. You
while
must
you're
have finished
figuring that
6th.
out,
Yeah.
I want to tell you about if you want to challenge Marcus and Travis.
Oh, that's right.
Listen to the DeMarco and Travis show for your chance to qualify for the Morongo Fantasy Football Face-Off. You can draft live with Travis and Marcus this Thursday, compete for weekly prizes, and if you're the last fan standing, which, could be Mace, who knows, you'll win 2 tickets to football's biggest championship game. It's all powered by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
Mace,
Yes.
I will bet you any amount
Okay.
of mythical money.
Yeah.
You pick the number that you cannot beat Marcus Grant in fantasy football.
Well, it's going to be difficult to measure because I'm not going to be at Morongo on Thursday for this draft. Now, how would I participate if I'm not even going to be there?
Exactly, head-to-head versus you and him.
Head to head, sure. No, he's in the Guillotine League, I think. Why did you pass on the Guillotine League?
I didn't like it. When we did it last year, remember we did a league last year? I felt like nobody at the station took it seriously.
Oh, well, Trudell's running this. Everybody is going to take it seriously.
Yeah,
this
so
year.
I didn't have any fun because I think you, me, everybody, nobody paid attention to their team.
Right.
And so I'm just going to stay in the Hollywood Football League with you and do it that way.
Yeah, I'm definitely, and I was looking at the finish last year. Do you have the official standings? I think I did better than you think.
Okay, I will look it up.
I think I did better than you think.
Okay, I
I'm
will
ready
look it
for
up.
fantasy football, by the way. I like some action.
Have you done any mocks?
I've yet to do a mock. No mockery for me
John,
yet.
you sent an article today talking about some people that people might want to avoid on fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe that.
Yeah. Who
Okay.
surprised you the most?
So Eric Carabell, who's a pretty good fantasy guy at
Sure.
ESPN, every year does a do not draft list.
Yep.
And some of the reasons he tells you do not draft is because guys are going too high. It's not that he doesn't like the player, but here are 4 players on his do not draft list. Number 1, Josh Allen. Says that he's going too high in drafts, that he would wait to take a quarterback till way later in the draft. He thinks let somebody else take Josh Allen. Mace, I would love to get Josh Allen. I
Well,
think he's a monster.
Don't you think it all depends where? Like I'm
And
not
how your league
I'm not a
scores.
first-round quarterback guy. I don't take a quarterback in the
But
first
if
round.
you
period.
did in our league, because quarterbacks are more important in our league, I wouldn't call you crazy.
But Matthew Stafford went in the 4th round last year.
Yeah. All right. Number 2 that he says is going too high and he would let somebody else take, Drake May.
Oh,
I like
interesting.
Drake May.
Okay, I think the reasoning behind that might be solid because they have a much more difficult schedule. They're going to face much harder defenses than they did last year. He did get an upgrade in some receivers, so that is one thing in his defense that why Drake May should be taken high. I just think he doesn't have enough of the dual quarterback. I know he can do it, and they're having a much harder schedule. So that's why I kind of agree with him on that one.
Okay, now this one's interesting because he does get hurt a lot. I wouldn't feel real confident taking him and expecting him to play every game, but he's a fantasy machine. He says, Eric Carabell says, do not draft Christian McCaffrey. What do you guys think?
Well, I went for over 400 points last year, the number one scoring player in fantasy football. He also getting older. Maybe don't get as many games out of him. Maybe the Niners aren't particularly
but there's
good.
really no RB2. I mean,
No,
I know
there is
there
no
is
RB2.
technically, but he's the engine.
Right.
The-
All right.
if-
And then here's a guy that I've had each of the last 3 years, and I've finished in the money all 3 years, and he's been great. I understand the theory, but I'd be happy to get him again, is Kyron Williams. They think that he's going to split more carries with Blake Corum this year, but every year Kyron figures out a way to score 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he's normally their goal line guy. And Mace, I would be happy to have any of those guys, Josh Allen, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, or Kyron Williams. Eric Carabell says do not draft any of them. What do you think?
I would probably not be in the Kyron Williams business. That's not my favorite Ram because he's in a share situation with Blake Corum. You disagree?
I think I wouldn't take him as like the third running back off the board in your draft, but if it's kind of getting a little slim off the easy guys to pick at the top, he's a smart pick because of what John said, how often he gets into the end zone. I think
Mace, I would consider taking Kyron in the second round.
yeah, that's a good space to take him.
I mean, like after you get like your first either really good running back or really good receiver, like if I take a receiver in the first round, like the guy I've had each of the last 2 years who's great, and if he's on the board when I pick, I'm probably going to take him.
Yep.
Is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown's great.
But let's say I take Amon-Ra in the second round. If Kyron Williams is still on the board, I wouldn't hesitate to take him.
He will put up points for you.
Now, the thing about I am definitely going running back with my first pick and maybe my second pick because I think there are a limited number of running backs that are going to do a bunch of damage this year, and there are more receivers, more good receivers scattered around the league than there are running backs.
One
Mace,
thing
I pulled up the standings from our fantasy league
I was
from
seventh.
last year.
Yeah, I was seventh. I got it. Yeah,
you were
fifth,
seventh.
I was seventh.
And you were 9-9.
Yeah.
You think that's a good season?
No,
I do.
it's championship or bust.
No, I was 10-8 and finished in the money.
Yeah, championship or bust. I'm
11
going to
and
win
6
that
won
sucker
the
this year.
league.
Have I ever won? I think I must have
Yeah,
won
you did
once.
win 1 year.
Yeah, that was a glorious
I've won
year,
it
too.
twice. You've won it once.
Yeah.
One thing of warning with running backs too, whoever was the best running back the year prior almost always comes back.
So that's Christian McCaffrey.
Right. So that's why maybe also he's not the high. Shouldn't be your first pick of the draft.
Yeah. So I'm excited because we'll have Matthew Berry on again this year when we get to usually Wednesdays or Thursdays right before everybody has to set their lineups. So
By the way, I think we'll ask Matthew, but I think we're the only radio show that he does every week.
Yeah, we are.
And that is
because you guys made him.
He's very good to us.
Well, Mace was the very first guy to ever put him on the radio. Mason in Ireland was in its infancy. And I think, Mace, you had actually done a night show.
I had done the night show on Fox Sports Radio. Yeah,
us getting back together, and you said, "Hey, I want to try this Matthew Berry," and we just hit it off with him. And I think he's been on with us for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean,
I always
goes way
feel that
back.
we're really lucky to have that.
Me
You know,
too.
that like he could very easily tell us to go pound sand.
He's a valuable resource.
And he never has.
And we have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's a great guy, too. Sports graffiti time. All right, here we go. Who would your number one fantasy football pick be? Is there anybody on your do not draft list? Are you worried about the Dodgers still, despite the 6-5 win last night? Lakers' schedule. Lakers not playing opening night.
Do you think the NFL should continue to suspend players for bad behavior if they are not charged criminally?
Yep, that's a good question, too. And all that stuff is on the board right now. 877-710-ESPN. By the way, yeah, I see the very first call is going to be about LeBron. 877
of course
710 ESPN. 877 710 ESPN. Your call's coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
I mean, you know, we're of a certain age.
Yeah.
So things start to go out on you.
Oh, knee,
the
ankle,
old gray
hip?
matter. Nope, I just realized today I didn't have my driver's license in my wallet.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
So I panicked for a hot minute. Where the hell is my license? Who stole my license?
You misplaced it.
Yeah, and then I had to go back. Like, God, when's the last time I had it? Oh, yeah. Remember when I had to go downtown to get my passport all taken care of?
Yep.
I had to go to Kinko's first to get a, what do you call that? A copy.
Okay.
Front and back. Well, that's where it was.
Still there?
Yes, since last Thursday. Bruh, what's going on with me? Really? I left my license in the printer.
Yeah, look, I just...
Do you guys misplace everything now? Is that an age thing or a personality thing? Because it's happening a lot and it's bothering me, Travis.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app and live on YouTube.
Looking for a vodka with standards? Blue Ice delivers. American made from Idaho potatoes, gluten-free, non-GMO, and only 64 calories an ounce. Enjoy the classic huckleberry with lemonade or award-winning double espresso. Blue Ice vodka, premium taste, nothing extra.
Hey, Angelica, quick question for you. If someone gets a DUI, what's the likelihood they understand everything they're in for?
Cappy, most likely they don't. There's only a 10-day window to request a DMV hearing. Fix My DUI helps people move forward with support and guidance every step of the way. Fix My DUI provides the resources needed to get your life back on track. If you or someone you know is already in the process, we can help you work towards getting your driver license back.
But step number one would be?
Don't wait. Call or visit fixmydui.org. That's fixmydui.org.
Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Summer is sizzling and the August deals are at Northridge or Wonders Toyota. It's Bethel Durant, and I love my Camry Hybrid. And right now, you can lease a 2026 Camry SE Hybrid CVT for $359 a month or 36 months plus tax. $359 for a new Camry Hybrid? Come on now. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Camry model 2561 with total SRP of $33,808. Lease and purchase amount of $21,964. $29.99 due at signing. Includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required. Unapproved credit, tax, title, license, or extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 8/31/2026.
104 on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
A Live MG Tuesday presented by Providence. Mason and Iron with the biggest show on the radio. I love all the YouTube chat today at ESPN Los Angeles. Johnny Eyes in the YouTube chat. We also do Sports Graffiti each afternoon this time, 1 p.m. on the Hard Rock Casino hotline. Hard Rock Casino to home. Take it away, Mace.
All right, Ireland, there are a couple of lines open. Do your routine when there are a couple of lines open.
All right, people. Every time I meet someone in person, they give me this. Hey, I always try and call into Sports Graffiti, but I can never get through. Right now, you can get through. 877-710-3776. Don't yell at us that you can never get through if we have open lines and you're not calling. 877-710-3776, including you guys in the YouTube chat who like to talk a lot of smack but never have the guts to call. I challenge you to call and challenge us.
There you go.
Okay.
So 877-710-ESPN. In the meantime, let's start out with LeBron. Solomon in Lake Balboa. Solomon, you're our one LeBron call of the day. What's up?
Hi, Solomon.
Oh, wow. I'm honored. Thank you. I'm going to make a plea. I think I've done this before to my Laker fans, particularly the LeBron haters. Please don't boo him on Christmas. I understand the off-court stuff. I didn't like it either. Don't blame LeBron. You know, Genie and Pelinka knew what they were getting. He's not changing his stripes just because he's coming to the Lakers.
Yep.
On the court, never sold us short. The Lakers were an abomination 8 years ago when he came in. He made them relevant. He got a championship, and he was the most available superstar. So keep that stuff in mind before you boo him. You can sit on your hands. Don't cheer him. Show some class. Don't boo.
You know, Mace, thank you, Solomon,
Thank
for the
you,
phone
Solomon.
call. It's interesting. I'm convinced that LeBron is going to get booed. I use our show as basically a precursor and how much hate LeBron gets. Do you think it'll make a difference that that's now going to be the most expensive ticket of the year?
Right.
Christmas Day, LeBron coming back with the Sixers who are packed with stars. Do you think that because it's on Christmas, it will lower the amount of boos, or am I dreaming?
I think it is possible, John. I am going to
Shaq
encourage...
came back on Christmas to play against Kobe the first year after we traded him to Miami and got the crap booed out.
I am going to encourage Laker fans to not do it. Be classy, be cool, don't boo.
I hope they listen to you.
Yeah, you don't have to cheer loud. Just golf clap is fine, but don't boo. Don't boo. Let's go to Chris in L.A. Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, Chris.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to comment on whether or not Luka Nakua should be held accountable, even though he's not criminally charged. We had the same issue with Trevor Bauer. So I'm an attorney, so I explained to my friends there's a different burden of proof with criminal activity. And there should be. If you're going to go to prison or jail for something, it's beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
You can still be held accountable within your own employment. There are things at ESPN that you guys could be held accountable for that aren't necessarily a crime. So, the two should be separate, even though sometimes they do overlap, depending on what the activity is.
I completely agree with you, and it's a good point. But here's my question. In sports, which is an entertainment vehicle, should they be taking players off the court or off the field who are not criminally charged? Mesa said many times that if he or I got a DUI, we'd be fired from ESPN the next day, and we both accept that. That's part of the world we live in. But there have been a lot of professional coaches and even some players who have gotten DUIs and just gone right back to their job.
Sure.
My question would be, is it right to suspend people, take them out of – I'm not saying it doesn't happen. Of course it happens.
Right.
But take them off of the field for things that are not criminal. I think it's worth a conversation.
Right. And I think the burden of proof, as he said, as an attorney, is very, very high in a criminal court. Now, in this particular case, allegedly there was a bite. Puka acknowledges it. They have a different characterization of what it was. She says it was way out of bounds. He says it was playful, horseplay. But there are bite marks.
Well, I have a question,
that makes
John.
it very tough.
Yeah.
So, gambling is legal in some states, but you, with your job, and also people in the NFL, says, okay, you can't gamble on games, you can't gamble in the NFL, you can't do it for the NBA.
It is grounds for termination,
and that's not criminalized if it's legal in your state. But they can ground you for they can suspend you, they can terminate you.
Right, but that's a rule for the company I work for. I work for the Lakers. That's part of the NBA, and the NBA says to me, if you get caught betting on anything NBA related, you will be terminated.
Well, there are morality clauses in all these contracts. Like they probably have language that says you can't do this. You have morality clauses, something against
of course they are.
Women.
Yeah. But if you're the commissioner, you're Roger Goodell. Do you take players off the field for non-criminal acts?
Well, it depends.
Yes.
In this particular case, yes. If that, I don't want Puka to miss any games, but
you can do it.
They are all powerful. When it involves violence against women, I think it falls into a different category. And I think
you guys
the league
heard me
takes
talk
that
about
seriously.
this general concept before. I don't think players should be, like Caitlin Clark's about to be. They rescinded her last technical, but if she gets another one, she's going to be suspended. People are coming to see Caitlin Clark play. She's the one driving ticket sales. I wouldn't suspend her.
Right, but
that's different than her beating up her boyfriend or in some way. Like if she did that, yeah.
Totally
it falls into a different category. Let's go to Ray in Valencia. Hey, Ray, you're on Sports Graffiti. What are you doing?
Hey, guys. I've been itching to call you guys.
Okay, good.
There's two things. One, Angels baseball and Luke Kennard. I took my son to our first Angels game last week against the Brewers, Milwaukee Brewers. We drove 60 miles to our first game, and both of you guys are dead wrong. It was such a blast. It was worth the 60-mile drive. There's no lines. There's no one there. We got great seats behind home plate.
Great prices.
For $53.
Right.
Yes, great prices. And fans don't understand that if corporate America, like the Dodgers or like the hedge fund, if they buy the team, there goes like the family baseball. The prices go up, food prices go up, and attendance goes up, and then you can't even buy a good seat for $60
But Ray,
anymore.
they've won
So
45 games, fewer games than any team in Major League Baseball. Wait, he's one of Artie's guys. He says, so what if they win?
Ray, Artie.
As long as, hey, you got to remember, I'm taking my 8-year-old son to a game. He had a blast.
Hey, Ray. Artie Moreno claims that all of the Angel fans are like you. Artie said that winning to Angel fans isn't even in the top 5 of why they come to the games. So you're living proof. I thought he was crazy, but you, Ray, are living proof of it. You don't care if they win.
Look, DeAndre in the YouTube studio today has an Angels jersey on a classic Angels jersey.
Yeah.
He looks like Rod Carew back there.
But Ray, I do totally take your point that that professional sports has become, the costs have become prohibitive. I think if the Angels were looking for a third straight World Series championship, tickets would be more expensive. But because it's been 10 years since they've been above 500, it's going to be cheap, and tickets are available. Great seats, great prices, and it's still baseball. That's what I would say. That should be their slogan. Still baseball.
They fired a bunch of coaches today. Their pitching
I saw
coach,
they
their
fired their
bullpen
pitching
coach.
Because, of course, it's the pitching coach's fault that they haven't been in the playoffs in 11 years.
Well, but maybe this is that new GM. I have hope for that new GM.
You know, they haven't even offered him a deal for next year?
Yeah, I know. Because Artie doesn't like to take advice from anybody, even a guy that knows and has built winners before.
By the way, hear Angels baseball on ESPN LA tonight at 6 p.m.
Yep. Looking for their 46th win. Let's go to Tim in LA. Tim, you're on Sports Graffiti. Hey, man.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great.
First of all, fantasy football, Bijan Robinson. Should NFL players be suspended even though they've not been criminally convicted? Yes, they're bringing negative images to the shield.
What did he do?
If I was granted one wish from above, that one wish would be that the Kroenke family purchase the Angels and either build a new stadium on the Angel Stadium site, Long Beach, Rainbow Harbor, or somewhere in Inglewood. And finally, a hookup for our friend Gregory Arthur Bergman.
Okay.
John, she doesn't have to be an heiress. She doesn't have to have generational wealth. I think the perfect hookup for Bergman is someone who's in the same industry that he is in, sports media, roughly the same age. I propose Greg Bergman and media superstar Kay Adams.
Ooh, that'd be good. But hey, Bergman no longer needs a hookup.
Yeah, he is not.
He's got a girlfriend who is awesome.
Yeah, his
Mean
hookup
Gene.
days are over.
Yeah.
You call her Mean Gene.
Well,
Yeah,
Cappy
Gene.
calls her Mean Gene.
And John, I think
she's great.
But
She's terrific.
not like that she's literally mean. That's the WWF reference. Mean
Greg
Gene.
is living his best life. Matter of fact, Chris, I'm curious if you would agree with me about this.
Yes.
I said if we had a Most Improved award at the Mandy's, that would go to. I'm dead serious. It would go to Bergman.
Yeah, why not?
Because he's a presence on the air. He's handling everything off the air. He's closing the deal with Gene. I think Bergman's living his best
Listen,
life.
I've been president of the Greg Bergman fan club long before you guys joined in.
No,
you kicked him off the show,
Wait a minute.
Mace.
I did not kick him off
he
the show.
left
That
the
is a
show.
lie.
He left the show
He
when
left
you
us high
guys
and dry.
promoted him.
And I was so pissed off when he left, too.
But then he came back, and then you kicked him off.
No, I've never kicked him
We know
off.
all that went on. We all know
Jesus.
that went on.
All right, let's get one more in, and then we're going to bring in a big name. Let's go to Ricky and Torrance. Ricky, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's up, Ricky?
All right, Mason in Ireland, the LA greats and icons. Hey, Ireland.
Yeah.
You got a Raider coming to UCLA to Westwood. Derek Carr, former Raiders quarterback, on the staff, quarterback coach at UCLA.
Hey, Ricky.
Ireland, the former Raider fan.
Yeah, Ricky, do you think when I saw this news, I thought, hey, is he hanging out in Los Angeles knowing that the Rams might need an emergency quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, he's just a phone call away. Ricky, what do you think?
No, he was hanging out in Dave Roberts' office the other day because Dave Roberts saw it was so hot on the field. He had Derek Carr and his family go sit in his office for 30 minutes.
That
to cool
sounds
off.
like Dave.
And that's a great manager.
All right.
You guys are legends. I love you.
Thank you for the call, man. Yeah, no, Derek Carr is emergency break glass. He's our Rams guy if we need him.
Mace, as a Rams fan, wouldn't you rather have Derek Carr in that chair than Stetson Bennett or Ty Simpson?
I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo. I'd rather have all these guys. I don't think you can go into a season with Stetson Bennett as your backup quarterback.
See ya, Stetson. Thank you for everything. You've been great. Whatever. And have Ty Simpson be the third quarterback. Have Derek Carr be the second quarterback. If you need a fourth, then Stetson come back.
McVay loves Stetson.
Well,
anytime he can
loves him enough that he plays him in every preseason game, which we all know is only the people that he doesn't care about.
You guys would.
Yeah, but every time he has the chance, he talks about
it. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, you and Emily would know the answer to this. Has Stetson Bennett ever taken a snap in a regular
I don't
season
think so.
game?
I think it's only been preseason.
Only preseason.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want that guy as my backup in case Matthew Stafford has to miss the second half.
Because he can't see over the offensive line.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, neither can Trudell, but we let him do radio here.
Sure. All right, there is your sports graffiti. It is brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Tejon. Experience gaming, dining, and live entertainment at the easiest drive from downtown L.A. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Coming up next, the great Katie Wu from The Athletic is going to join us with the latest on the Dodgers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
LAFC's League's Cup fate may come down to this.
Well, this kind of game is always like that. We want to win everything, especially here at home with our fans.
The black and gold battle Mexican side Querétaro in the third and final match of Phase 1. Will LAFC punch their ticket to the knockout round?
And he has curled it into the back post! It's in!
LAFC versus Querétaro from BMO Stadium. Pre-game starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland. You know, we know Jacob Ebrani. We've known him for a long time. And most of all, we trust him. Here's the thing. If you get in an accident, within the first 30 seconds, they're going to try and get you to take a deal that isn't in your best interest. Let's talk about some of the red flags that you should be on the lookout for. The insurance companies will rush you to settle. They'll record all your conversations. They'll downplay your pain. They'll delay any payment that you have coming, and they blame you early. If you call Jacob at 800-345-6789, none of that happens.
No, count on Jacob. If you can count, you can get to Jacob. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect Paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Here he comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 10% or more on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
So I want to ask you guys if I am crazy.
Okay.
And if there's something wrong with me.
I like this. The answer, yes and yes.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
So the Dodgers win a thriller last night, 6-5. They snap out of what has been a serious funk with a win against lowly Kansas City. Joining us right now is somebody who covers the Dodgers, better than anybody. Katie Woo from The Athletic. Katie, welcome. How are you?
Good to hear from you guys. I feel like I could speak for all of Dodger Nation, feeling a little bit better today than maybe most fans have felt over the last week.
I think that's a very safe assumption, Katie. And let me ask you, when they lost 8 out of 9, the pitching was terrible and the hitting was terrible. In your opinion, what was worse? Like, what was the main reason they lost 8 out of 9?
It's a good question. And I think, one, when the Dodgers get into a losing skid, at least I tend to see it as, you know what, this never really happens, so let's give them some grace. But that D-back series, it just kind of felt like very un-Dodger-like baseball. And I think to me it was the offense that was more frustrating because it felt like such a different approach from this Dodgers offense that we've seen. They were chasing a lot, not working a lot of walks. It felt like collectively 1 through 9 they were pressing. And then, you have the starting pitching's been great all year, but you have a couple of clunker starts. And the worst thing that can happen to a scuffling offense is when your starting pitching goes out there and gives up a couple of runs early, because now you're pressing even more and it feels harder to score and it creates this toxic cycle. Then you get to the late leads or the late games and you have a closer that hasn't looked right. And it just kind of felt like the Dodgers needed a reset. And so I'm sure we'll get into it. That's why I thought Dave Roberts' comments to kick off the homestand yesterday were so important, because it was essentially like, enough. This is not how the Dodgers play baseball. Let's get back to doing the things that we know how to do.
And I think he managed with urgency last night. Pinch hitting for Teoscar Hernandez in the 6th inning, which he did, I guess, over the weekend. But to me, that says, yeah, we're not just going to let guys do what they've been doing. We've got to change things up. And Tucker in that situation was perfect.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's the perfect example. And we talked to Dave Roberts about him wanting to see a little more urgency from his team. And it's not like he's saying go out there, rush your approach, throw the ball harder, swing harder. He's saying a more focus on being more aggressive in certain situations that warrant it. And he said after the game, if I'm going to tell my players to play more urgently, I need to manage the same. And I thought pinch hitting for Teoscar in the 6th was the perfect example of this. Like you said, Dave Roberts is more of he's a trusting manager, and his veteran guys have earned it. He has the ability to kind of sit back and say, I'm going to let my guys play out of this. But you're 2 on, 2 out, best scoring opportunity for the team so far that night. It's been an offense that struggled to get going. Kyle Tucker's been swinging the best bat lately for the Dodgers, and I know, it's against a righty, so he comes out there, and it's the perfect call. It's the perfect time to pinch at Kyle Tucker. It was the right decision. It was just different because usually Dave Roberts will let Teo take that at bat, or any player take that at bat in the 6th. But you could see it was a sense of urgency from Dave, and I thought it was a great at bat from Tucker.
Yeah.
And I saw Tucker run the bases aggressive as well. All around, it just felt like the urgency player and manager was higher.
Katie Woo from The Athletic is with us. Katie, explain to me what your understanding of the current catcher situation is. Will Smith, we hear, is starting baseball activity. I don't know what that means. Dalton Rushing came out and told you guys yesterday that he doesn't think he needs surgery, yet neither one of them are playing. Neither one of them are active. What can you tell us about what's going on at catcher?
Yeah, in hindsight, it wasn't necessarily surprising to see the Dodgers trade for Ben Rortvedt because they were looking at adding some catching depth at the deadline. But to me, alarm bells sounded when Hunter Fiducia was traded for right before the deadline. It signaled to me that these guys are going to continue to be out a while. We knew that about Will Smith. Dodgers aren't expecting him back until around September, though I have seen him on the field. He's supposed to be progressing towards flips this week at Dodger Stadium. Dalton Rushing, the hope is that he can avoid surgery, but he probably won't go back to playing behind the plate this year. He'd essentially be a left-handed bat off the bench, which means this catching tandem that we all predicted of Rortvedt and Fiducia really needs to step up. And they're essentially a stopgap and a prayer, really, that Will Smith can come back healthy. Now, the Dodgers have maintained over the last month that they believe Will Smith will come back and he'll be ready to go in September. But he's missed so much time, guys. It's fair to question what that adjustment is going to be like. If he comes back middle of September, that's only 2 weeks to ramp back up before the postseason. So right now it's a tandem. And credit to these guys, both Rortvedt and Fiducia. Yes, they are familiar with the organization a little bit, but this is a tough situation for both to be thrown into, especially with the Dodgers not having really any clarity on when Will Smith or Dalton Rushing could be back and what their abilities will be.
How about some clarity on what's going on with Tyler Glass now, and what are the odds that we see Shohei Ohtani on the mound again this year?
Yeah, we'll start with Tyler Glass now. So Blake Snell, of course, making his return to the mound today for the Dodgers. Tyler Glass now not too far behind. I caught up with him yesterday. He'll throw again for AAA OKC Friday, your standard 4 innings, 60 pitches. And then he said one more, the 5 innings, 75 pitch mark that the Dodgers like to get their starters to, and they will most likely activate him after that. So Tyler Glass now not too far behind. It will be very good to see him back in the rotation, assuming that he looked how he did in April. He was phenomenal in the first month of the season. Shohei Ohtani, at long last, we were promised would play catch this week. He did so in Arizona, but it's going to be a long process. As you know, guys, you play catch and you have to stretch out to long toss. Then you progress to bullpens. You throw a couple, then it's a couple lives. The good news is the Dodgers can stretch Shohei Ohtani out should they choose, very similar to what we saw them do last year in Major League games, because he won't cost them a spot due to the two-way rule, excuse me. So they can, like we saw last year, stretch him out in 1 to 2 innings, work up to 3 in real time. The question is, will they? I think this is something that's going to be really interesting monitoring down the stretch. The Dodgers have been adamant that Shohei Ohtani's status as a pitcher was not why they traded for Skubal. I do tend to believe that, but I think there was a little bit of added incentive there. If Ohtani is not ready to pitch in the regular season, could they use him in the postseason, or are they going to deem him more valuable as a hitter only? All things in play, depending on how Ohtani's throwing progression plays out.
All right, Katie, last thing from me. Mason and I were kicking around the idea the other day. We both really like Kike Hernandez. Most Dodger fans do. The main reason we like him is his numbers seem to improve in the postseason, which is rare in any sport. But that guy's just really clutch in the postseason. If we wanted to get him into the lineup, Katie, who would be likely to come out? Would it be Teo? Would it be Edman? Would it be somebody else? How could we get Kike more at bats, get him into the lineup? How would that work, do you think?
At this point, just based on performance, it would be Teo, he's in the lineup every day for his bat, and that bat has been lacking since he came back from the hamstring injury. And this is kind of a bigger problem than just who will Kike play for or play sub in for. The Dodgers have such a right-handed heavy lineup right now. It's hard in general for Dave Roberts to work in everyday playing time. We haven't even seen Alex Call, basically. So for Kike, who I think I agree with you, he's a postseason player. He seems to have that clutch gene. If the playoffs started tomorrow, I would think it'd be Teo. I don't see there's any way for Dave Roberts to take Tommy Edman, giving his versatility, how he can play around the diamond, out of that lineup. But for Teo, I think it's crunch time for him to start figuring it out. We saw it already. That's twice now Dave Roberts has pinch hit for him in the last couple of games. And that's a pretty telling sign for a patient manager such as Dave Roberts.
All right, last thing for me, Tarek Skubal was he was all right. He was all right. I mean, kept him in the game, ultimately won the game. Should we be concerned about this? This is a rough patch for him. I tend to chalk it up to, geez, you're in Detroit and now you're in L.A. and you're on a road trip and now you're home and disoriented. What do you chalk it up to?
I'm in the same boat as you. I think it's really easy to just fixate on the name and the star power behind a trade, but keep in mind, Tarek Skubal is leaving behind the only organization he's ever known. It wasn't like he had a choice to be traded, and this is not to suggest that he's not all in with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I absolutely think that he is. I think it's just a lot of adjusting. The trade deadline's on the road. He went from Sacramento with the Tigers to Chicago to Arizona. Now he's finally in L.A. as a Dodger. The stuff wasn't great in the beginning, but I saw it tick up, and he looked more Skubal-like in the fourth, so that was a good way to kind of end the outing in the fourth and the fifth. My concern level is slim to none, and I think it's only been a week since the deadline. Feels like a month based on how the Dodgers have played as of late. I would give Skubal one more. I think he'll start again Sunday at home. That's when I expect to see maybe the Skubal that Dodgers fans have been hoping to see. Dave Roberts said the same. Not a lot of concern over Skubal's early Dodgers tenure so far.
All right, Katie. Awesome stuff. As always, Katie Wu is with The Athletic, does an amazing job. Thanks for doing this, and we'll talk to you soon.
You got it, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, there's Katie Wu. By the way, the Hard Rock Hotline is where we heard from Katie. Brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Tejon. All of our guests courtesy of the Hard Rock Hotline. All right, that was terrible. That was terrible, Reed.
Oh no, I thought you were saying Katie was terrible. I thought she was great.
No, she was great. I was terrible.
Do it again. 3, 2.
And Katie joins us courtesy of the Hard Rock Hotline, brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Tejon. There you go. I knew I'd get that right eventually.
How are you?
Coming up next for you, more on the Hard Rock Hotline. Dr. Clapper's going to join us, Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Hyundai. My friends at the Southern California Hyundai dealers have got the Hyundai Getaway Sales event going on right now. You can get a deal so right it almost feels wrong. This is the best time to get the Hyundai car or SUV you've always wanted. For example, I drive the Elantra. I think my lease is up in October. I'm just getting another Elantra. Absolutely love it. The Elantra Hybrid is my car. Maybe you want a Sonata, which is a cool, stylish sedan. Santa Fe, great SUV, terrific. All the safety features, all the sophistication, 3 rows, all that stuff. The Palisade, if you want to go big SUV, they've got 2 sunroofs in the Palisade. Amazing stuff. And the Ioniq 5, just forget it. It's like driving a spaceship. Again, the Hyundai Getaway Sales event is going on right now. And don't wait. You can get to your Southern California Hyundai dealers to check out all of the rides. Do like I did. Get to your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers for your afternoon drive.
I want to know, after a long day, or if you're wearing sandals, tip or no tip, you're down to drive barefoot.
Absolutely. What am I wiping for? It's going to be my feet.
But you stepped in dog crap earlier in the day, drove your car with your shoes on, and now you put your bare foot on the dog.
I don't step in dog crap.
No, I'm
not
good.
that you know of.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
1:34 on a live imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio. Well, Dr. Robert Clapper, Saturday mornings at 7 a.m., presented by Cedars-Sinai. This week, Doc will be here, and so will I be. A live show, completely live. Because Dr. Clapper will be giving away 3 spots to his foursome for the ESPN LA Golf Classic at Black Gold on August 28th.
Nice.
So if you want to play, because I believe all of our spots are almost sold out, get with Dr. Clapper. Listen to the Weekend Warrior Show, 7 a.m. on Saturday. Doc and I will be handing out and giving away those spots.
Very cool. Doc, how are you?
How are you? I'm going to ask, what's your favorite Clapper vision? That'll be the contest.
Oh, that's perfect. There are too many to choose from.
Yeah,
Doc.
it involves a spine and Pringles and gummy bears. How about that?
Amen. Hey, Doc, I want to ask you off the bat today about Dalton Rushing. He has a slight tear in the ulnar collateral ligament of his right throwing arm. When it first was announced, it was, okay, he's shut down from throwing for 4 to 6 weeks. Then he came out today and said, yesterday I guess it was, I don't think I need surgery. Does that mean that particular injury would heal on its own, or explain to me what he's dealing with?
So the key term in orthopedic surgery for both the weekend warrior and the warrior, the elite athlete, is partial. When a ligament, a tendon, whatever it is we're talking about, is partial. Remember, you can't be partially pregnant. You're either having a baby or you're not having a baby.
Right.
But in injuries, if it's partial, remember that means the other part is okay. And it can go on to heal, in many cases, stronger than it was before. My best clapper vision is when you're building a house, you can use either a brick, which is solid, or you can use a cinder block, which has a big hole in it. Guess what? The cinder block is stronger than the brick. So just because there's a hole doesn't mean that it's going to be weaker. The location, how much of it. So that is fantastic news because he's being treated appropriately with no surgery.
Hey, Mace, let me follow up on that for a second. So he says, Dr. Clapper, that he doesn't think he's going to need surgery. The initial prognosis was shut down from throwing for 4 to 6 weeks. If that's true, he heard it at the beginning of August. That would 6 weeks would take him to the middle of September. Is it realistic to say that in October, when the playoffs start, he could catch, or does he have to ramp back up and he's probably not going to play catcher again this year?
So just like in your world of expertise in the NBA, John Ireland, when we're dealing, you could have a partial injury to your medial collateral ligament, Steph Curry. There are many cases in the past. But when it's lower extremity, you're exactly right. You got to ramp yourself back up aerobically to get back into NBA shape or get back into running around the field in the case of baseball, although they're not running that much. But when you're talking about an upper extremity injury, like we're talking about here, a ligament in the elbow, there's no ramp up. Once that guy heals and you've got your range of motion, you are absolutely going to be able to play in October.
Let me ask you about loose bodies. So Edwin Diaz is back from loose bodies now. Got off to sort of a rocky start, looked good last night. Blake Snell coming back from the loose body surgery, loose body elbow procedure. He's going to be back tonight. And then Scooble, of course, has already gotten through that. Is it possible that does it take some time after one of those surgeries to get back to form? In the case particularly of Diaz and Snell.
So it's a great question. And my best way to describe this is if you critically look at what was taken out of Scooball's elbow, the loose body, singular, B-O-D-Y, that's a whole different enchilada than when you're talking about in your elbow are bodies, B-O-D-I-E-S. Yeah. And it is exponential in terms of the troublemaking going on because a single loose body, you remove the lima bean-sized loose body with the nanoscope, which is no bigger than a hypodermic needle, because that's what it looks like. Wow. That's a whole different recovery. When you have multiple loose bodies, even if you use the nanoscope, the thinner device that we're able to use now, the fact that there's multiple in there makes you now go, aha, that means it came from multiple areas that were worn down to knock off these little pieces. That means what you're left with is more of a degenerative process in the elbow. And those two cases you better be more concerned about.
Dr. Clapper, the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL is a guy named Laramie Tunsil. He plays for the Washington Commanders. They announced this week that he'll be out the entire season with a torn tricep. Explain to me why that injury would keep you out for an entire season.
It's really a fascinating injury, and I've really enjoyed fixing them over the years. So go ahead now and feel not the front, your guns make a muscle in the front, but let's now go and extend the elbow. When you flex your arm to make a muscle, the guns, you've got two fat muscles helping you bend your elbow, the biceps and the brachialis. These are two powerful muscles that flex your elbow. but God only gave us one muscle that actually is responsible for extending our elbow. What makes it fascinating is bicep in the front. Bi in Latin means two, like a bicycle. But tri is three, like a tricycle. So sep in Latin means head. This muscle is super cool because it crosses not just typical muscle, one joint to help it move, but the tricep, one of the three heads of the tricep starts. Go ahead and feel the back of your shoulder, and you'll feel your shoulder blade, the scapula. One of the heads of the tricep comes off of the scapula. The other two come off the bone of the arm bone itself, coalesce and form the tendon that attaches to the olecranon, the tip of your elbow. Whenever you have a muscle that's now crossing two joints, the triceps is crossing the back of the shoulder, helping an extension and moving your arm closer to the side. It's called adduction, but it also is extending your elbow. It's moving two joints. So when you're repairing a muscle that's actually responsible for moving two joints, it's going to take a lot more time. John Ireland, the surgery is so wonderfully easy. You just find that torn edge. We have special technique to lock the stitches that we use. You drill some holes in the bone, and you re-sew it back into the bone. It doesn't get any easier as a surgeon, but the recovery is going to take him the whole season.
Wow.
That's fascinating.
So we mentioned you're doing a live show Saturday morning, 7 a.m., and I have been told that the topic of the show is gravity. Can you tell us anything more about that?
Yeah. You know, I worked at Cedars. It's now 40 years, and we got a lot of smart people who deal with all kinds of medicine, cancer, heart disease, orthopedic, you name it, brain surgery. But I'm here to tell you, probably one of the smartest. He's leading the way for Cedars and artificial intelligence. He's a gastroenterologist, but that's not really what he does mostly. He's truly a genius, and his name is Brennan Spiegel. He's going to be my guest, and he wrote a book, Steve Mason, called Pull, and it's all about gravity, but gravity and how it affects our cells, how it affects us in medicine. It's like you almost need to be Einstein to listen to this, but I'm going to do plenty of clap revision with him. But it's all about gravity. So we're going to do music. Chris Morales is already getting the music set up for me.
What are you going to do? Are you going to play that? You're going to play that Wicked song, "Defying Gravity"?
We can do that, but these are the five I picked.
Okay.
Tom Petty, "Free Fallin'."
Sure.
Good.
John Mayer, "Gravity."
Yep.
And then I figured it's all about gravity that you're falling. So "Why Do Fools Fall in Love," Frankie Lyman.
Okay.
"Autumn Leaves," Nat King Cole, because the leaves have fallen in the fall.
Sure.
And "September" by Earth, Wind, and Fire, all about the fall season. But it should be a lot of fun, and I'm going to basically bounce around from sports to art to surgery, all about gravity. And John Ireland will appreciate this, because when you talk about free falling and you talk about gravity, there's nothing better than Dr. Julius Erving flying through the air and Michael Cooper trying to defend him. The Rock the Baby dunk is going to be full front and center on Saturday's show.
Awesome. Listen, Doc, we appreciate it. Saturday morning, 7 a.m., Weekend Warrior Show live this week. Great hearing from you, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
Can't wait. Next week.
All right, there you go. Dr. Clapper joining us on the Hard Rock Hotline. So coming up next for you, John, you know, baseball made some really inventive changes that have moved the games along much quicker. Now Jason Stark from The Athletic has some more ideas. He says there's still enough stuff that needs to be fixed, and we'll get into that coming up next. Plus, if you missed it, we've got the entire NBA schedule for opening night, opening week, and Christmas Day. We'll give you all that coming up as well. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. I think our friend Jacob Imrani is going to be in here today. Planning on it anyway.
Yeah, and we love talking about Jacob because we know him, we trust him, and if you're in any type of an accident, vehicular, motor, he actually helped people with a chemical spill down in Orange County earlier this year. That's when you call Jacob. Don't try and do it yourself. 800-345 6789, a number, Steve Mason, that you personally have used.
I have used it, called from the scene of an accident. You should too. Every accident, no matter what it is, has its own set of kind of guidelines, things that you got to do, whether it's a commercial truck or it's a scooter or an e-bike or it's an Uber or Lyft. Every accident has a different set of parameters, and Jacob will fish through that stuff and take care of every single detail so that it gets off your mind. I'm telling you, it's so easy to call Jacob at a moment of crisis. 800-345-6789. CallJacob.com still works, but remember, any kind of accident, 800-345-6789. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
It's the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN LA. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon before Mason and Ireland.
So if the Tigers can't hang on to Skubal because they're not going to pay him the amount of money that it's going to be required to pay him long term, and the system that now has the Tigers over a barrel.
By the way, Rich.
Yes.
By the way, Rich. I just want to make sure we say this. It's not that they can't. It's that they choose not to.
That's it. Now that's it.
That is an active choice by every team.
Okay, so then in that respect, is it possible that anybody in that organization's like, let's trade him to the Dodgers, and it's going to be everybody talking about how baseball is broken? Is there any part of that in sending Skubal to the Dodgers now, Jeff Passan?
I do not think baseball is broken. I think baseball's system needs to change.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays 9 a.m. to noon.
ESPN LA.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
$148 on a live imaging Tuesday, presented by Providence. Yes, Dr. Clapper will be talking Gravity, 7 a.m. Saturday morning, the Weekend Warriors show. And he's got those spots in his foursome.
Yeah.
On August 28th, the ESPN LA Golf Classic, Black Gold Golf Club, presented by SoCal Hyundai. The way you can play, listen to Dr. Clapper, 7 a.m. on Saturday. What did he say his bit was going to be? What's your favorite Clapper vision?
What's your favorite?
One of the
Clapper
things,
vision?
yeah.
One of the things.
Okay,
yeah.
beautiful.
By the way, do you know, you saw the movie Gravity, John, did you?
I did.
It was Sandra Bullock and
Matt Damon.
Matt
right?
Damon.
No.
George Clooney.
George
Okay.
Clooney. That's right. Clooney's only in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's from Alfonso Cuarón, right?
Correct. And my mom's review, I think, sums it up for me as well. She said, I like movies with more people in them. There's really only Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
I
in the
agree
movie.
with her. There are some movies where it's like somebody's trapped in one place for an extended period of time. They are not my favorite movies.
No, not my
Better
favorite.
space movie, Gravity or The Martian?
Martian. At least he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
George and Sandra are just floating around.
My favorite thing was from when Alfonso Cuarón was accepting a speech somewhere. I think it was at the Golden Globes.
Yep.
And he said there was sometimes a language barrier on their set. And he said to Sandra, I'm going to put in your earpiece. And it came out as herpes.
Oh, geez.
And he said that in his acceptance speech at the Golden Globes, and that's what I remember from Gravity.
Oh, that's very funny.
There you go.
All right, so Tom Holland is like one of the big movie stars in the world. At the moment, he's the biggest movie star in the world. He's in Spider-Man, which I think grossed $1 billion on opening weekend for all intents and purposes.
And in the Odyssey.
And in the Odyssey as well. So Tom was doing a press thing, and listen to what he said about subscriptions to streaming services.
I shouldn't say this because I don't know if you're allowed to do it, but I share so much of my subscriptions with people. Like my brother's on my Disney, my best mate pays for the Amazon, and we're all on it.
So, John, do you share any passwords, any subscriptions?
Before we get into that, the fact that Tom Holland, who is married to Zendaya, and they both
millions.
have a gajillion dollars, is splitting Amazon with somebody else is ridiculous.
It is kind of crazy.
Well, Mace, Lisa and I share a lot of stuff, but we live together.
Right. No, I'm talking about like
my
friends.
My mom used to have my Netflix password, but I think she got her own because I think we both got tired of like Netflix saying you've
signed in from two different places.
You need to re-sign in somewhere else. But Emily told me, Emily house sat for me while I went up in Idaho over the weekend, and she said every time she tried to log in to a subscription service that it asked her for a password. So maybe it knew I was gone, or maybe it knew I was up here.
I think it's because you hadn't logged in like a month that it's probably like, oh, well, he's gone.
Yeah. I don't share any passwords, but I know a lot of people share them with their mom,
well, you
brother,
share them with
friends.
One, right?
Yeah, but we're living this. We watch the same TV shows. So
I split with my best friend, the one that got married at the end of June. Her and I split. So I pay for Paramount Plus and Peacock, and she pays for HBO and Netflix, and so that felt to us equitable.
So now,
by the way, I have no issue with that.
It's criminal. It's criminal behavior.
I know. I know it's criminal. I personally have no issue with it.
No, I get suspended for it from the NFL.
There are people doing time for this, sharing passwords.
Oh yeah, hard time.
Hard time, exactly. Yeah, I don't do it, but it's funny that Tom Holland does.
Hey, what were get to the Jason Stark baseball stories before we get to Fast Track?
Okay.
I want to see what he wants to change.
Real quick. Oh, no, forget it. Jason Stark. Okay, so his concern is that pitchers are so far ahead of hitters in Major League Baseball that he thinks there need to be a couple of more changes to what Theo Epstein added a couple of years back. So here is one of his ideas.
It's just too hard for even the best hitters on earth to hit these dudes throwing this velocity with this much information, with the defenses playing so deep, using all the information to stand where they know these guys are going to hit the ball hardest. I feel like this is the last thing on the field that baseball has to fix. We've got to get back to a place where the hitters can hit, where there's more great athletes run around the bases. And I feel like two things have to happen. One is I would do what the other sports do. I would limit where defenses can play. You cannot let your outfielders play that deep. Can't. Takes away all the doubles and triples and gappers and all the fun stuff. And you can't allow infielders to stand right up the middle, 2 inches from second base, so that all those balls that used to be hits up the middle are outs. You have to figure out some way to get that under control.
Okay, so that's one thing, and we know there's no more shift. They get rid of the shift, but instead, basically, the second baseman will stand almost at second base. The shortstop will stand almost at second base based on positioning. Do you think that baseball should change that? Do you have to have your shortstop and your second baseman a certain distance away from second base so that up the middle is still available?
When it would be an easy thing to do since they've already outlawed the shift.
Yep.
So what they could do is mark an area where the second baseman or the shortstop is allowed to stand before a pitch is thrown.
Right.
And it would be easy to do. I'm just thinking about last night's game. 6-5.
Yeah.
Plenty of action. Home runs on both sides. The bases clearing triple was great.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the stuff Jason's talking about. Are we maybe guilty here, or is Jason guilty of trying to fix a problem that doesn't need to be fixed?
It totally could be, but I want to play the second part of what he said, and this relates to starting pitchers, and I think this is the more important point.
Have to get the strikeout rate under control. You know, the more I think about this, I feel like the answer is you've either got to force or incentivize starting pitchers to stay in the game longer. And, you know, I once heard Bill James talk about why teams run all these relief pitchers out there. It's like a 10,000 K. If you had 5 or 6 speedsters, they'd run that race so much faster than if you had one dude trying to pace himself to get through 10,000 K. And that's what baseball is now. I feel like you can't have 8 relievers on the roster of every team, and then here they come. You have to provide perks for teams to leave their starter in the game so that these guys can't throw every pitch as hard as they can, and then as soon as they start to diminish in velocity by a mile per hour, they're out.
Is there a way to incentivize teams to keep their starting pitchers in longer?
Again, I think we might be having a conversation about trying to fix something where there isn't a problem. Look at the World Series last year. Probably the best World Series of my lifetime. All the changes they've made, whether it be put the runner on second base in the regular season, make the bases a little bigger, outlaw the shift, have all worked. I'm thinking we might be over legislating this. And what would the reward be? Like, let's say, just to take the premise of your question, let's say I'm a starting pitcher. Like last night, Skubal was already at 80 pitches by the 4th inning.
Yep.
If I leave him in till the 6th or 7th, what reward could you even give me?
Okay, so a couple things. For the pitcher, right now, 5 innings and a lead gets you a win.
Right.
What if it's 6 innings and a lead?
No problem with that.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, again, a little incentive. Em, you had an idea earlier.
Yeah, my idea was, again, if we're just trying to make it so that the starting pitches go longer, if your pitcher makes it through 6 innings, totally 6 innings, then after that, your pitchers coming in only have to face 1 batter.
Right.
So that you don't have to face the minimum 3 batters.
Instead of the 3. That
You
would
could
be
pair it
that
by,
would be an
you know,
incentive.
the matchups.
That is a really good idea. But, again, Mace, in your opinion, are we addressing a problem that really isn't a problem?
Well, I think what Jason's saying, and this is true, and by the way, the smart guys are going to figure this out no matter what rules get made, the smart guys are going to figure a way around it.
Yeah.
But in this case, let's take an average game. Starting pitcher goes 5, throwing heat. Then a guy throwing gas in the 6th and the 7th and the 8th and the 9th. It's like one 95-mile-an-hour fastball to a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and it makes it hard on hitters. I think what Jason's saying is, again, he wants more action. And, John, he may be addressing problems that aren't there. When I'm looking at, how many complete games do you think there have been this year?
Less than 10.
12. There have been 12.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I go back and look at that, and I'm like, I saw a clip on Bert Blyleven. Bert Blyleven, old Dutch guy.
He had over 60 complete game shutouts.
60 complete game shutouts. Can you believe that? And now just a complete game is so friggin' rare.
Well, let me throw this at you.
They're throwing less hard, and their careers are different.
Correct.
Like, you're throwing
100%.
less hard, which means you can go longer to
John,
get.
I want to just add one thing here, John. So guys used to keep some in the tank. They don't anymore. That's the difference. Guys used to reserve themselves, moderate themselves, and now you just got to go out there and throw gas.
Because the hitters are better and more sophisticated.
Yeah.
But let's talk about unintended consequences. Okay. Let's say, I think Emily's idea is really well thought out, that if your pitcher goes 6 complete, then it eliminates the 3-batter rule.
Yes.
You then can once your starter goes 6, you're not restricted in your pitching decisions the rest of the game. Justin Robleski has already pitched more innings this year than he ever has in his career, and it looks like it's burned him out.
Yes.
I hope I'm wrong.
No, I think he's cooked, John. I think you're right.
But do we want to – wouldn't we be creating that issue by adopting Emily's rule that like right now, Dave can take Robleski out whenever he wants.
Right.
If he had incentive to leave him in for 6 innings, are we creating a bigger problem?
Well,
I mean, all these guys are having Tommy John surgery in high school now.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I don't know that these are huge issues at the moment. Jason obviously feels there need to be some changes. I don't
think he's crazy.
It's very tricky to try to incentivize teams because, as John said, send Wrobleski out there for another inning can be tough, or whoever that happens to be. You got to get out there for the 6th, so we have the ability to be to move our relievers around the way we want to without them facing 3 batters at the end of the game. Yeah, and John, I think you're right. I mean, you don't want to stretch guys out, but when people like Michael Thompson say, yeah, Bob Gibson threw, had
Nolan Ryan threw
56,
400 innings,
whatever it is. It's changed. Guys don't reserve anything. They don't keep anything in the tank anymore. It's gas, gas, gas until they're out of it.
Because if they don't, they never make it to the MLB.
Correct.
Hey, by the way, let me throw this one last thing because I know we're running late.
Yeah.
But Jacob Misiorowski is coming into Dodger Stadium to pitch against the Dodgers this Saturday.
Yeah.
He has had most of his wins this year, most of his games this year. He's had over 50 pitches north of 105 miles an hour.
Yep.
All right, so we're sitting here in 2026. In 2036, is somebody going to be throwing 110?
I don't know. There have to be human limits, right?
You would think, but if you would have told us 20 years ago when you and I started doing this that some guy's going to be throwing 50 pitches 105 or higher, we would have said you're nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. I also worry about guys throwing that hard. I mean, I worry about injury with him. I worry about injury with Skeens, who's having, kind of just an ordinary year in Pittsburgh.
Apparently it's because also he's carrying more weight than he's supposed to, and his team is talking about that.
Yeah, that's problematic. Yeah, he's made 24 starts, but has about a 4 ERA. That's Skeens this year. Misiorowski, I think, is going to win the Cy Young Award, kind of going away. All right, coming up next for you is Fast Track. M's got a bunch of stuff to throw at us, and we'll do it coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Yeah. When's the last time you played beach volleyball?
Oh, it's been forever. It's been years and years and years.
Right in.
Yeah, but I'm an athlete.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
I'm an athlete, and I would get out there, and I would be, believe me when I tell you this right now, you wouldn't even know that I hadn't played. I just would have fit right in. Now, maybe I never touched the ball, but I would have just fit right in. It's like if you put me in a Major League Baseball game and you stuck me in right field and no balls come out to right field, and then I come up to bat and I take 3 swings and I strike out, how different do I look? Guys do that all the time. I could fit right in with you and your friends playing volleyball.
And you know what? Some of those friends know you. You would have fit right in.
You don't think so, Funch?
No.
What do you mean, no? No.
He was mumbling again. I didn't know.
I was laughing
at
the thought of you trying to play beach volleyball. But why so?
These guys, he's playing with like professional athletes.
Well, this guy played college volleyball.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, Huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com. That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
Hey, John Ireland here. Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got a Life Source whole house water system. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. Upgrade your water and your life with Life Source. I did, and I'll never go back.
Call the LifeSource California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. All right, it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, full race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland. Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
Zoom, zoom, man.
So the craziest baseball play happened in Toronto yesterday, and I just have to explain it to you. And I think I have a handle on what happens, but I still don't know for sure. So Toronto Blue Jays are playing the Boston Red Sox. They ended up winning the game 2-1, but this happened in the 7th inning. The Boston Red Sox have runners in the corners. They have one out.
Right.
There is a pop fly to the outfield. It's caught. And then, for some reason, the players keep going. And the reason is the scoreboard in the Toronto Blue Jays Stadium said they only had one out.
Yep.
But as the ball was flying through the air, they added the second out because they realized that their board operator had made a mistake. So here is the call of this play on Sportsnet right here.
This is in the air to center field. Bateman setting up. And the runner at first thought there were 2 outs. Throw the ball to first. This is going to be a double play. The runner at first, Sogar, didn't know how many outs there were. He was jogging around the bases. And it's a double play.
As soon as that ball was hit, I was wondering if it was deep enough to score the runner.
They could have tagged up and scored. They could have gotten a run. Both runners thought there were 2 outs.
Well, not so fast, because now here the umpire comes out because the Red Sox were still awarded a run on that play, even though the player on third base didn't tag up. This is the umpire explaining this.
Okay, so what we have here is we have a time play, meaning when the third out was made at first base with the runner not tagging up, the runner that was on third base also did not tag, but crossed home plate before the third out was made at first base. So that is a time play. We are going to New York to do a rules check.
But the issue here is the third base guy never tagged up, so his run shouldn't count. Here is the final update from the umpire after they discussed this with New York, and they made their official decision.
All right, after calling New York, getting it all straightened out, the run is going to score into the inning. 2 runs for Toronto, 1 run for Boston.
It's obviously a rule, but it doesn't make any sense.
First ever for me.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
First ever.
So the real issue came was because the home plate umpire had basically done a signal and waved the play over.
Yeah.
But the guy who came home from third had passed before the person on first was tagged out. All this to say, this is insane.
Yeah, it's
what
one
are
of the
we
most
talking about?
complicated sequences I can think of.
Okay, I agree with everything you guys just said, but would not the simple thing have been, hey, and by the way, what set this up is there was a bang-bang play prior to this, and everybody thought that it was a double play.
Yeah.
But
including the scoreboard operator.
Right, but it wasn't.
Yep.
And the way they should have known it wasn't is there was still a runner on first base. But, Mace, would not the simple thing to do here be to say, okay, everybody thought there were 2 outs. He flew out to center. That was actually the second out. Everybody go back to their bases. Let's just pick up the game right there. Runners on first and third. I don't think it was deep enough to score the runner anyway, and he didn't tag up.
Yeah.
Let's just pick up the game from there. Wouldn't that have solved the problem?
Well, maybe some better bet on that guy coming home,
that's
and
right.
then it's like it works out for him, whether or not.
I always forget about the gamblers. Those are the people that always come for me when I.
But it's funny, you once I was the pinch hit scoreboard operator at Ned Skeldon Stadium in AAA baseball, and I was always really nervous to get the counts right and to get the outs right, because I think the scoreboard operator is the reason this whole thing went down.
Yeah, it is because the players are clearly looking. Again, I know, John, you mentioned that they had that bang bang double play, but also the scoreboard had it. Everyone's looking up. Everyone walks off the field, so it is. I did this job at one point in time, doing scoreboard stuff for water polo, but also for an ACC broadcast of baseball and softball for UVA. And I thought, it's not that big of a deal if I don't have this exactly right. Nope, very big deal.
Yeah,
the details matter. It could mess up an entire game. Luckily, the Blue Jays ended up winning, and that didn't cost them.
All right. Hey, if you think you got what it takes to take down Travis Rogers and Marcus Grant in fantasy football, listen to DeMarco and Travis for your chance to qualify for the Morongo Fantasy Football Face-Off. Draft live with Travis and Marcus this Thursday. Compete for weekly prizes, and if you're the last fan standing, you win 2 tickets to football's biggest championship game. It's all powered by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. Vroom, vroom, man.
All right, so last one for this fast track. Do you guys know who Harry Jowsey is? If you don't.
No.
So he's an Australian guy. He also was in this show on Netflix called Too Hot to Handle.
Okay.
But he is currently the star of a dating show called Let's Marry Harry. It's from the Unwell production company that does Call Her Daddy. It's from Alex Cooper.
Okay.
And so he's basically just a bachelor, and he's dating 20 women, trying to figure out what love is. The finale is tomorrow, but he had an issue because there's a scene in which one of the girls, it's her birthday, they're celebrating, he takes her into his room, and he says that they only made out. But when you watch the video, the producers have added what can only be described as sexual noises. Is that inappropriate? If the noises were not made by the two of them, is it inappropriate that the producers added it?
So it's like in post-production they
added
put sex
extra
noises in.
sexual noises.
John, what do you think?
It's a TV show, right?
Yeah.
It is a TV show.
They've signed their lives away to be on this show.
Yeah. TV shows edit things to make it appear that they're... no, I have zero issue.
Yeah, I have zero issue. It makes it more interesting. It's an entertainment product.
Yeah.
You're allowed to make it as entertaining as you want. These folks have signed away their lives, and they're living in this thing. If they want to dress it up with some sex noises, then go right ahead. All right, John, I wanted to touch on this. I was going to we talked about it earlier, but I want to circle back to it. Adam Schefter. Let me just read this piece.
Okay.
League NFL considering suspensions for Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua and Green Bay running back Josh Jacobs over separate offseason incidents. Nacua faces scrutiny from a civil lawsuit alleging a biting incident, also anti-Semitic remarks. His attorney notes he entered rehab beforehand, no criminal charges. Jacobs was arrested on domestic violence allegations in May, but released without charges. Other players like Rams tackle Alaric Jackson are under review too, with the opener coming up in just a few weeks. That would be just take those guys off the board for the San Francisco game. That would be really, really tough. Left tackle and wide receiver one being gone for that game makes it really, really tough.
I know every case is different, and I don't want to make light of the things that Puka Nacua and Alaric Jackson are accused of. But I'll make the point I made earlier in the show. As a general rule, if I was a commissioner of any sport, baseball, basketball, football, I would be looking for ways to keep players on the field or on the court
sure.
rather than take them off. Now, where it gets tricky is that both of these players have been accused, and I want to stress the word accused, of domestic violence type incidents, correct?
Correct. And there's a photo of like the bite mark that allegedly Puka, and it's actually terrible.
The problem you run into if you have the John Ireland commissioner position, which is do whatever you can to keep the players on the field or on the court, is that you don't want to be accused of being lenient or not taking domestic violence seriously.
Yes, correct.
But let me turn around and ask you a question. If there were no criminal charges filed
right
against either player, and I think as of now that's the case. You use
well,
the
there's
word
there's
civil
a civil
case.
suit against Puka right
Okay,
now
so
over the
civil
Biden
case
incident.
civil case is a different story. Anybody can accuse. I can accuse you of and file a civil lawsuit against you with
Right.
no evidence that you attacked me.
Sure.
Now I wouldn't win because there's no evidence, but I could accuse you, and the accusation alone might get you taken off the air. But if there is no criminal charge against either player, could I not use that as a reason to allow them to play? What do you think?
I think that Roger Goodell and the NFL care about protecting the shield, and appearances to them matter. That's why they have taken essentially the law into their own hands. And
But is that right?
It is a
Because, again, you could
it's a
accuse
private company. They're allowed to do whatever they want. In the same way, we could be fired or terminated based on something that we did. They are in the same boat. They can penalize somebody. You always say if we got a DUI, we'd be fired, and it's probably true.
Yeah.
In the case of the NFL, if there is the appearance of domestic violence, and there definitely is with a couple of these cases, I understand why their priority is always to protect the shield. That's always been their thing. It'll probably always be their thing.
Right, but and I have no issue with that. Like you say, they're a private company. They can do what they want. But again, is there anything wrong with me making my default position if there are no
it's not okay.
If there are criminal charges,
right,
then you're in trouble. I'm going to suspend you. But if a court of law finds that there is not enough evidence to charge you with a crime, could I not stand behind that and say, look, this was adjudicated. This, goes back to like Kobe in Colorado. He played through all that.
Yeah, right.
Because the Lakers supported him and the NBA
Sure.
supported him. And then the charges were eventually dropped. If that would have been an NFL situation, it sounds like he probably would have been not allowed to play.
Would have been suspended because that's the way the NFL rolls.
My gut default position is if you're charged criminally, I'm going to suspend you. If you're not, I would like to use that as a reason to keep you on the field, but I understand your side too. I don't want to be accused of not taking domestic violence seriously. I don't want to be accused of being like it's okay to hit a woman. It's not. So it's a weird area here.
Right.
My feeling is, and I think yours is the same, is that probably both Jackson and Puka are going to get some kind of punishment. I don't know if it's going to be a fine. I don't know if it's going to be a 1 or 2 game suspension. But my guess is something's going to happen. Do you kind of feel the same way?
I do. I feel like the Schefter report, where there is smoke, I think there's definitely an investigation. Now, Alaric Jackson has been mentioned separately, and he previously served a 2-game suspension.
Right. So second offense plays into it.
Exactly.
By the way, the players' union is going to have something to say about all this too, aren't they?
I don't know.
If the players,
I'm sure the NFLPA will go to bat for these guys. But again, the NFL seems so all powerful, and there's such there are so many incidents where they punished without any criminal charges necessarily.
Isn't the way it stands now that you are allowed by rule, you are allowed to appeal any suspension in the NFL, but your appeal is directly to Goodell.
Yes, correct.
So, in other words, you're appealing to the person who already punished you.
Right. And in the case of, for example, Ben Roethlisberger got involved in that incident years ago. He was suspended, and there were no criminal charges. There were 6 games. It was a 6-game suspension. He appealed and got 4 games.
Yeah.
So you can get the penalty reduced, I guess, if you go to bat and make your case. All right. Coming up next, we'll pivot off all that.
It's a sticky situation. I see
weird.
your point there.
All right, more Fast Track coming up. Morales, what are you smiling about?
I just was like, we could do more sticky stuff if we want to. Why not? It's Tuesday.
Okay, all right. We may
we
do
got
more
Fast
sticky
Track
stuff
next. We're going to do that.
Yeah, more Fast Track, and will give us some sticky stuff.
I like sticky stuff.
Yeah, Mason, Ireland.
I've heard that about you, Chris.
Yes, 710 ESPN.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been any easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know, in sports, you got to have the right team in your corner. Same goes for after an accident. That's why when people ask me who to call, I say it's easy. I tell them to call my guy. I got a guy. Attorney Big Al. Big Al's been helping accident victims across California for more than 15 years. He's an LA native, a huge sports fan. Wait till you hear him go. And he knows that after a crash, things get overwhelming fast. Between dealing with insurance companies trying to rip you off, trying to get your car fixed, trying to find the right doctors if you're hurt, it can be a lot. It can turn your whole world upside down. That's where Big Al and his team will step in for you. So lock this number in your phone. 1-800-HURT-123. 1-800-HURT-123. They'll help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and help you understand what you may be entitled to. And here's the biggest thing. Don't let the insurance company call the plays. Call 1-800-HURT-123 or visit AttorneyBigAlCA.com.
Attorney Big Al's Attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
Zoom, man.
I saw this that I found it interesting because I think the college freshman myself would have loved this. Okay, so the University of Michigan is dropping grades for some first semester freshmen next year. The transcripts to be read as pass or no credit impacts roughly half of UMichigan's first-year class and applies to the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts. The move is a part of an effort to curb the mental health crisis unfolding among college-age individuals. And I'm thinking back to myself, my first year at UVA, I bit off a little more than I could chew my first semester in college. I took some classes that maybe I wasn't ready to take, and I probably had the worst grades of my entire time there. And it really shaped how I viewed myself the rest of the time there. And I changed majors. I changed ideas of what I wanted to be. And I think it helped me to, sometimes it helps to fail, helps to learn, helps to get better at stuff. But I also kind of maybe would have been helped by not having that big weight on my shoulders. Mm-hmm. So do you think that this is a good idea, at least for these first semester, first year students?
So explain the idea again. What would it entail?
That you don't have A, B, C, D, F. You only have pass, fail your first semester of your first year.
I think each person is different. But I think I would have no problem, Mace, if you had the ability to do that.
Right.
If you wanted to take your first semester pass-fail.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
But
okay,
I think other
but-
students like being graded and want to bite off, the expression you used, more as much as they can chew. So, yeah, I'd be okay making it an option. I wouldn't make it mandatory.
You know what? Grow up and get your grades. I mean, just deal with it. Everybody gets grades. You know, if you got a B, you got a B. Move on. You know, learn to deal with failure and success.
Can I tell you
Isn't
guys?
that what college is about?
But kids at University of Michigan, again, like kids at UVA, might be the first time they ever fail. Which, again, like I said, might be a good thing. Yeah. But also might be something that is a difficult thing for some kids to handle with being on their own for the first time.
Right.
So it's both. I can understand why they're thinking about doing it, but I also think it is important to fail and give people the enough ability to pick themselves back up.
Can I tell you something that I'm exceptionally proud of?
Yep.
My high school GPA was 3.8. My college GPA was 2.8. And I think that the reason that is I enjoyed my time at college. I didn't take classes as I didn't have to get an A in everything. I didn't care.
Well, then some people, though, want to be doctors or lawyers, and they need to have good grades.
Well, I wanted to be a sportscaster.
Exactly.
Grades be damned.
Exactly.
I got a B in college.
Okay.
One?
Yep.
Everything else was an A.
Yeah, well, you were
congratulations.
You probably got no B's.
I definitely
You
got
were all
Bs.
A's.
I went to UVA. I got B's.
I went to Bowling Green.
So, Emily, you
did a
mentioned
pop
that
culture
Northwest Ohio.
You mentioned that you changed your major and your career path. Before you changed, what was your major and what was your career path?
At UVA, they have the Commerce School, which is like the business school. So I was going to be pre-com, which means that you had to take all these classes to get into the business school. Would have tried to be in finance or something like that. I took a calculus class. I got a C. Took an econ class, and I got a cuspy B- C. And then I was like,
enough with the math classes.
I was just clearly this isn't for me.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to succeed in com. Therefore, let me figure out something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today is the anniversary of one of the greatest sporting events that I ever watched. I remember being in my living room, having all my family come in because it was one of the first few races for Michael Phelps in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And he was on this road. He tried to get all his medals in gold.
Yep.
And so me and my sisters are huddled around the TV watching this happen. And it's probably the most improbable comeback that I, again, have witnessed with my own two eyes. I know you guys have all your examples, but this is it. And I know we've played it recently.
It's
one of the most
great one,
incredible calls. This is the 2008 400
This
free
is
relay.
Dan Hicks and Rowdy Gaines.
It is. Here you go.
Yeah.
United States trying to hang on to second. They should get the silver medal. Australia is in bronze territory right now, but Lezak is closing a little bit on Bernard. Can the veteran chase him down and pull off a shocker here? Well, there's no doubt that he's tightening up. Bernard is losing some ground. Here comes Lezak. Unbelievable at the end. He's done it. The U.S. has done it. He did it. He did it. He did it. Phelps' hopes alive.
And the best part is that those French swimmers were talking mad crap before the race. They were saying they were going to take down the Americans.
Yep.
And look at that. Gaucho Jason Lezak winning it for USA.
It was a great, great moment. Now, I was doing those Olympics, but from New York. That was the one they were in Beijing, John.
Yeah.
And so all the NBC people were on the set of Saturday Night Live, where they set up little broadcast centers. So a lot of people did not actually go to the games and called them from New York because Beijing apparently was an expensive one. But that is a very memorable.
And it was hard to get in and out too.
You could also broadcast it in prime time because no one has Twitter.
That is true.
So no one's tweeting out oh, they actually won, or oh, this.
Yeah,
so you
2008
could actually
is barely iPhone.
Because you could actually wait for the primetime broadcast, and you could see it in primetime on the East Coast as opposed to Beijing, wherever they were swimming, probably hours early.
Yep.
The other thing I remember about that, Em, you probably do too if you guys were all gathered around the TV, was they had a microphone and a camera on Michael Phelps's mom.
Oh,
and she was praying for Lezak.
Yeah.
She was just like, come on, Jason. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And she could barely watch.
Yep.
And then they just went crazy, which I would imagine, Emily, your whole house did. When he caught him, you guys were probably jumping up and down, which is, Mace, one of the reasons why the Olympics are so great.
Yeah.
Is that families gather around the TV. Everybody, like, to me, the greatest Olympic sporting moment ever is I was driving in my car. I remember exactly what part of town I was in when I heard that the U.S. beat the Russians in 1980 in hockey. And then it became all about everybody getting home that night so you could watch it. But it was like that game happened in the afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, we got a taste of this with the World Cup, this sort of monoculture, the entire world watching one thing. That's one of the things you get from the Olympics that you don't get from some other sports, is that there's that worldwide impact. And
if you don't forget, too, Phelps, that was one time that he almost lost. The other time he almost lost in that Olympics when on his journey to get 8 gold medals, he won the 100-meter butterfly by 1/100th of a second. And I remember that because he did something my coaches say to never do. It's to take a half stroke to finish your event. So he, Kavich, laid out to touch the wall, and he took a half stroke and got there 1/100th of a second faster because they had touchpads that guarantee it. So that, to me, is one of the greatest sporting weeks I've ever seen.
And I'm going to give you a video to look up that will make you laugh hysterically. Do you know about the curtain of distraction at Arizona State?
I am aware, yes.
Okay, Mace, you know about this, right?
Yeah.
So they have, at their basketball games, right behind the opponent's basket, they have a giant curtain, and they open it, and then behind it is always a big surprise. Like it's a poster of the guy shooting a free throw when he was in middle school, or a picture of his mom, or just anything that would make you lose your concentration. So apparently Michael Phelps, if you just Google into YouTube, Michael Phelps curtain of distraction, the swim coach at Arizona State knew Phelps. They were friends.
He was his coach. He was training at the time at Arizona State.
So Phelps gets behind the curtain, and nobody even knows he's in the building. And they open the curtain, and there's Phelps in a Speedo. Like, all he's wearing is a Speedo with, like, goggles and a swim cap, and he's screaming at the free throw shooter, and it's hilarious. It's like, what a brilliant move by whoever thought of it.
It is crazy that they do it. All right, coming up next for you, John, AI massage, the all-time most expensive get-in price for an NBA opener. We'll circle back to the NBA openers opening week in the NBA. And the Sixers GM talked about their LeBron strategy. We'll get all that stuff. We'll try to get all that stuff coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Cosm. Sorry about that. I love Cosm. In fact, I spent some time with Jeb Terry a couple weeks back. He's going to be on the Mason Plus podcast. Fantastic guy, innovator, technology, has done such amazing work. He's the CEO of Cosm. And his goal when he started the company was to reinvent the way people watch sports. So now at Cosm, you can watch all your favorite sports on massive high-res displays surrounded by fellow fans. You can take the MLB to a new level, go see a Dodger game, Dodger road game, be perfect at Cosm. Football is coming, college football, NFL football. You got to keep track of the schedule so you can pick the right game to go to. Cosm.com, that's COSM.com. You can get your tickets. You can check your schedule. Immersive cinema experiences. Like I saw The Matrix over there. It is wild in shared reality. Willy Wonka, Harry Potter, all that stuff for the family, for date night. It is perfect. Cosm is the spot if you want to experience sports in a brand new way. Surround yourself with all of the action at Cosm. Go to Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. Cosm.com. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive.
Have you ever watched like that Olympic badminton? It's wild.
Yeah. They cheat, though.
Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Do they? They lose on purpose.
Who does?
The badminton. They lose on purpose to get the easier draw. Yeah, so you'll see like the best team in the world lose to like nobody.
Oh,
so
really?
They get the easier draw.
How do you know that?
Follow badminton. I love badminton when it's on.
What do you mean you follow badminton?
When in the Olympic time, you get into it like we got into the World Cup.
I didn't even know there's a badminton match outside of every 4 years. I just thought that they show up every 4 years and start playing.
I just remember playing in high school, like was not very good at it, and I would always get like the shuttlecock dunked on my head or something like that. That was the worst.
What goes 900 miles an hour and then just stops?
And it just like floats the rest of the way down.
Yeah,
that's it.
Badminton deep bar. Not what I thought I had.
expecting that. Hellfall, baby.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Oral Hershiser. Can you believe I have my name on a building? I can't, but I'm grateful and I'm humbled. And here in Chino at Oral Hershiser Chevrolet, we love Chino. We love the people of this neighborhood, of this community, and the surrounding community, and we are here to serve. We're here to serve the same way I served you on the mound, the way I'm serving you on the microphone, and the way we follow and watch champions and championships.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt rebound.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
The biggest show on the radio.
I got from M and Brian a can of Ready Whip, which will not go to waste.
Take a hit. Take a hit.
Take a hit right now. Yeah.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
By the way, you know who loves this sound? My dogs love this sound.
There we go.
Nice.
Back to the guys.
All right, John, the NBA schedule for the first week and for Christmas Day is officially out. The Lakers are going to play the second night of the season. On opening night, the Knicks will host LeBron and the Sixers. And, John, the get-in price for that game, just the get-in in the rafters, $2,000 so far. $2,000 for the top of the bowl, way out, barely at the game. $2,000.
Which game is this?
The Sixers and the Knicks, the banner night for the Knicks.
Man, that's NBA's really smart.
Yep.
Who do you think wins that game?
I think the road team does. The road team often wins on banner night.
Yeah, because they have to sit there while the other team celebrates. The Lakers lost many banner nights over the years when I was doing it. That's a great game, though.
It is. By the way, the Lakers then on Christmas Day will host the Sixers. And LeBron is going to be in town, and I think Laker fans are going to be very classy and give him a little golf clap.
I disagree. I think he's going to get the crap booed out of him, but I wish you were right.
Just a golf clap. You don't have to boo. Just a little golf clap. You don't have to cheer. All right, so, John, the Bloom Performance Center is the brand-new facility over at USC, which apparently is just astounding. It is a football-only facility. I was talking for coming up, I've got a USC football roundtable. I talked to Chris Trevino from WeAreSC.com, Ryan Abram from USCFootball.com, and Ryan Karchi from the LA Times. They say this place is unbelievable. And one of the things that jumped out at me is that they have AI massage. So apparently what they do is they do a very careful scan of an athlete's body. Then there is a computer-controlled robotic arm to deliver repeatable pressure and massage patterns to target muscle groups. One example is RoboSculptor, which uses cameras to create a 3D body model before performing programmed treatments. Would you take them up on an AI robotic massage?
Not only would I take them up on it, you know that our chairs have a version of this.
No, do they?
Yeah. Just start playing around with the keypad. That it'll start, if you hit the scanning feature, it'll scan your whole body, and then you can pick what areas you want to target. Now, it's not that advanced, like it doesn't like scan your body and then automatically do it, but you can pick and choose. So I think it's pretty common with these advanced massage chairs these days.
Apparently, this facility, I want to get over there before the season starts, is just like incredible. 2 indoor
Well, I wonder
fields.
if they'd let us do this show from there one day. I mean, I'm sure we wouldn't get Lincoln Riley. We've never
last
had him.
last year we did do a show from there, and we had Lincoln Riley and Jaden Mayava.
Okay,
I don't know.
I must have been off.
Yeah, you were off that day.
Okay.
I forget who it was, but me and somebody, and we talked to Lincoln. He was great. Katie says we're going to get him, so I have to trust that we're going to get him. By the way, Chris, Ryan, and Ryan, we talked about the season, and John, how many wins?
Is this when you say, is this for Mason Plus?
Yeah, for Mason Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll come out right before the season.
By the way, for people who don't know, because we haven't talked about it in a few days, explain what Mason Plus is and how they can get it.
Yeah, Mason Plus is my podcast. It's available on YouTube. It's available on Apple and Spotify. It's on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. It's a mix of pop culture and sports. Last week we did a Lakers roundtable, which is really good, with Trevor Lane and Andy Kamenetsky. And
Jovan Buha, who predicted the Lakers are going to win 56 games
I
this year.
want to live in Jovan's world.
Me too. I hope he's right.
This week, one of the Emmy nominees from The Pit is on there, Jeff Kober, along with the guy who wrote on Breaking Bad. He wrote the I Am the One Who Knocks episode.
No kidding.
Yeah. So
I can't wait. All right. So, there's nothing more than I would love than to make fun of you.
Yes.
But Mason Plus is excellent.
Thank you, man.
Can't even begin to mock Mason Plus. Every time I listen to it, I learn something. And I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm glad that the station is making it more readily available. If you guys haven't heard it, it's great. And the cool thing is you can go back and listen to past episodes, including a battle of West Wing trivia between myself and Travis Rogers, which was really fun.
Yep.
I will not spoil what happens in case you want to go listen to it, but
it is really good. It's really fun. Yeah, so it's on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. It's Mason Plus, and you can also get it on Apple and Spotify. All right, one last thing here I wanted to get to.
Sure.
Mike Gansey is the general manager for the 76ers. Is that his official title, general manager?
Yeah, and by the way, was a high school basketball player in Ohio and competed against LeBron.
So
did you know that?
I did. I knew there was a relationship. I didn't know they competed against each other. But Gansey was on a podcast talking about their LeBron strategy, which obviously worked. Listen to this.
See, after the Jalen trade, LeBron was still out there, and we just said, hey, let's try to put a full court press. Everyone reach out, sell him on Philly. I think if he comes, he could be the missing piece, and we could be really good.
What was it like for you waiting? What was that process like?
It was exciting, nerve-wracking, because you're like, at some point it's like, man, just make a decision, but obviously we wanted to give him his space, which he rightfully so deserves, and obviously we're very, very excited that he chose us, and, if he waited as long as he could, but I'm just glad he's a 76er.
What was it like when you got the phone call?
I get a text from Rich, with our group chain, with our ownership, Tyrese and Bob, and he said, Sixers it is, congrats, and I was like, whoa, and it was a surreal moment, so a moment I'll definitely remember forever.
They did it very well played. They got him.
Yep. And the only thing that I know, as I say this, that most people wanted LeBron to go. And I know you even have said many times that you thought it was time for a break.
I'm relieved that we're moving on.
But there is a part of me that wishes LeBron would have made himself available for $4 million to the Lakers.
Oh, well, sure.
Because then I could have used that. I could have weaponized that even against guys like you who didn't want him.
Right.
I could say, look, it's one thing to not want him. But for $4 million, even you would have taken that, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. If he did it for 2 years, $8 million, or 1 year, $4 million, yes.
So that's the one part of me. As everybody knows, I wanted LeBron to stay. So did Michael. We're big fans of his
game. But I do love what they're building. I'm a fan of what they're building.
Yeah. But that's the one part where I see the Laker fan frustration. Like, well, I mean, there's a percentage of Laker fans, most of them listen to this show, that just wanted him gone.
Yeah.
But I think reasonable.
By the way, and not everybody wanted him gone like, I hate LeBron. Some people just wanted him gone because it's time to move on.
Right. That was like Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say this, that I understand those fans that say, well, why didn't he offer it to us for $4 million?
Right.
That is a legitimate criticism. The other stuff I think is crap. like can't play, doesn't care.
Oh, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. None of that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have loved to get him for $4 million.
For $4 million,
but like
that's
you say,
pretty good value.
We've turned the page, and what's out there, particularly if Jovan's right.
Yeah.
And they win 55-plus games. What's out there, the newness is exciting.
Yeah, by the way, I've raised my number to 50. Jovan Buha's at 56. Trevor Lane from Lakers Nation is at 54, and Andy Kamenetsky's at 50.
Yeah, I'm at 46. I think Vegas is at 46.5.
So,
but what I'm doing is under-promising and hoping they over-deliver.
Yeah, I think we all need to be realistic. It's going to take a little bit of time. And it may be, by the way, a more than 1 year process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may start it this year, we lay the foundation, then you get a finishing piece next year or at the trade deadline, and all of a sudden you're in it. All right, coming up next for you, going to do some Game of Games. I believe it is John Ireland's game today.
It is.
Any preview?
I think it is wide open. Cool. I would favor. Is Jacob playing?
No, Jacob is not. As it turns out, not coming in.
Funchess is going to play.
Funchy is going to play.
He's the favorite.
Oh boy,
Funch is the favorite.
So
Okay,
basketball.
so it's an NBA game. We'll.
No, but some of it's NBA.
Okay, that is coming up next for you. Game of Games, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
LAFC's League's Cup fate may come down to this.
Well, this kind of game is always like that. We want to win everything, especially here at home with our fans.
The black and gold battle Mexican side Querétaro in the third and final match of Phase 1. Will LAFC punch their ticket to the knockout round?
And he has curled it into the back post! It's in!
LAFC versus Querétaro from BMO Stadium. Pre-game starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Call Jacob.
Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
After a crash, you are on the spot. You got to make the right decisions.
So count on peace of mind. Count on Jacob. Here's what I mean. 800-345-6789. Mace, you just count to 9.
Exactly. Count on a plan. Count on a team that moves fast. Count on Jacob.
Accident or injury. Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob. 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
Harry Douglas here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-hour energy shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of that guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's delicious, portable, zero sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on the summer with Firework Freeze 5-hour energy shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com and on Amazon.
Do you read more about your team in the off-season than in the season? Does your game day outfit include a brown bag with eye holes? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected. Because seeing your painted face in the rearview mirror after a loss isn't just depressing. It's distracting. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
And it is time on Mason and Ireland for the final segment. The final segment of the show, always Game of Games time, presented by the one and only Jacob Emrani.
Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. And yes, that new telephone number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789.
Hi, this is Jacob Emrani.
Game of Games made possible by the law offices of Jacob Emrani. Let's do it. Game of Games time on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, Mace.
All right, we're going to do some Game of Games. It is Ireland's game, and the great Michael Funchess is here. Funch, what's happening, man?
Nothing much. Miss you guys. I don't
Funch,
see you guys much.
I know.
Where are you, Ireland?
I have a feeling, Funch, that you're going to do well at this game.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go.
All right, this is a game about professional team mascots. Okay? So got 9 questions and a tiebreaker. It is Will Flores who's filling in for BC this week. Emily, Mace, and Funch. Here we go. Question 1. Which Major League Baseball team has a mascot named Slider? A, the Guardians, B, the White Sox, or C, the Brewers? Will, Guardians, White Sox, or Brewers?
White Sox.
Emily.
White Sox.
Mace.
White Sox.
Fun.
White Sox.
The answer is the Guardians. You all missed it.
We all seemed so sure about it, didn't we?
Will spoke with some confidence.
Like lemmings right off the cliff.
Okay. Em, this one's for you. Question 2. Rampage, the Rams mascot, wears jersey number 1. Bailey, the LA Kings mascot, wears number 72 because the average temperature in LA is 72 degrees. What number does Clippers mascot Chuck the Condor wear? A, 213, B, 310, C, 323. Emily, 213, 310, or 323?
I wish I knew what area codes were in LA because I didn't grow up here.
They're all LA area.
Those are all
I know.
legitimate. A, B, or
But
C.
it-
They're all
but it would
legitimate LA
help.
area codes.
Yeah.
Let me go 323.
Okay. Mace. 213, 310, or 323?
I will go old school 213.
Okay. Funch.
213.
Will.
I'll go 310.
310 is the correct answer. Wilbert Flores is on the board. He used to wear 213 when they played at Staples, which is now Crypto. But when they opened the Intuit Dome, he changed it to 310. Okay, Will Flores has the lead.
I'm alive for lucky loser, right?
You are.
I'm going for it.
But
That's
Mace,
it.
this one coming for you.
Okay.
True or false?
Oh.
Every Major League Baseball team has a mascot except the Dodgers, the Angels, and the Yankees. Is that true or false?
I will say false.
Funch.
True.
Wilbert.
True.
Emily.
True.
It is true. That's it. Every 27 teams have mascots. The Dodgers, Angels, and Yankees don't.
I was
All
also
right.
told that those people that walk around and what look like mascot suits at some Dodger games are not the mascots.
Yes,
Not
no, they're
official
not.
team
That's
mascots.
that's
Correct.
ridiculous to me. Don't look like a mascot if you're not a mascot.
There you go.
The
Em.
Rally Monkeys not the Angel mascot
Yeah,
anymore?
I thought the Rally
No.
Monkey was the Angels
No,
mascot.
unofficial.
Okay.
You're right. Here we go. Will has 2. Emily and Funch have 1, and Mace is the only one still alive for Lucky Loser. Funch, this one coming to you. Believe it or not, there is a mascot Hall of Fame. Who was the first NBA mascot to be inducted into that Hall of Fame? A, Rocky the Nuggets mascot. B, the Coyote, the Spurs mascot. Or C, the Gorilla, the Suns mascot. So, Funch, Rocky, the Coyote, or the Gorilla, who was first?
I think it was a gorilla.
Okay, Will.
I'm going to go with the Coyote.
Emily.
Show me gorilla.
Mace.
Show me
Rocky,
Rocky.
Coyote,
Show
or
me
Gorilla?
Rocky.
The correct answer is the Gorilla, which means we have a 3-way tie, and Mace appears to be angling for Lucky Loser.
I'm going for it.
So we may have a 4-way tie, but the official score is Will 2, Emily 2, Funch 2, Mace 0.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to. I'm gonna have Mace go first here.
Uh-oh.
Okay. The Steelers mascot, a burly steel worker with a Bill Cowher-like jetting chin, wearing a hard hat, was based on the Steelers' pre-Steelmark logo in the 1950s and early 60s. That mascot actually has a name. What is it? A.
Have me go last.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making you go last. A. Steely Dan. B. Steely McBeam. C. Tommy Terrible. May Steely Dan, Steely McBeam, or Tommy Terrible.
Okay. I'm trying to miss this. I'm going to go Steely Dan.
Okay. Funch.
What was it? The second one?
Steely McBeam. It's A. Steely Dan, B. Steely McBeam, C. Tommy Terrible.
I'll go with B.
Okay. Will.
I'll go with C.
You're going Tommy Terrible. Emily.
Steely McBeam.
Steely McBeam is the correct answer.
He's a hunk.
Which
He's a
means
hunk, according to him. Okay.
Emily has 3, Funch has 3, Wilbert has 2, and Mace still alive with 0. Okay. Em, you're going first this time. This MLB team has a mascot named Ace, who was introduced in 2002. He used to have a female counterpart named Diamond, but Diamond was retired in 2004. Ace does, however, have a younger brother named Junior. Which team is it? A, the Mariners, B, the Blue Jays, or C, the Reds? M, Ace is the mascot. He has a younger brother named Junior. Is that the Mariners, the Blue Jays, or the Reds?
Reds.
Mace. Mariners, Blue Jays, or Reds?
I will try Mariners.
Okay. Funch.
They sound like birds, so I'm going to say Blue Jays.
Will.
I'll say the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays is the correct answer, which means Michael Funches has taken the lead. He has 4, Will 3, Emily 3. Mace, you're still alive.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
How many left?
1, 2, 3, 4, and a tiebreaker.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go.
4 more wrong. Okay.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, Funch. True or false? Every NBA team has an official mascot except for the Lakers and the Knicks. Is that true or false, Funch?
That is true.
Okay, Wilbur.
I'll say true.
Emily.
I'll go with these guys. True.
Mace.
Right. I am going to say false.
The answer is false.
Yeah.
The Warriors and the Nets do not have official mascots. But Mace, you're not dead yet.
What kind of
You're
dead?
only 3 back, and there are 3 questions
Okay.
left.
Yeah, I got to
All right.
nail these now.
So I'll make Funch go first while he has the lead. Funch, the Dallas Cowboys have a mascot that is a caricature of a cowboy with a giant head. What is that mascot's name? A, Rowdy, B, Jerry, C, Cowboy. Is it Rowdy, Jerry, or Cowboy, Funch?
Couldn't be Jerry. I'll say Rowdy then.
Okay. Wilbur.
I'll say Cowboy.
Emily.
Rowdy.
Mace.
Cowboy.
The answer is Rowdy, which eliminates Mason. Funch has 5. Emily has 4. Wilbert has 3. So, Will, you need to go opposite of Funch. There are 2 left. Here we go. Funch. At Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., they have a president's race that involves mascots dressed in giant heads that resemble former United States presidents. The 4 guys on Mount Rushmore, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt, have appeared in the most races, but 3 other former presidents have also appeared. Which one of these former presidents has never appeared in the mascot race?
Okay.
All right? A, Calvin Coolidge, B, Herbert Hoover, or C, Harry Truman? Funch, Coolidge, Hoover, or Truman?
Got to be Coolidge. He didn't do anything.
Okay. Emily. Coolidge, Hoover, or Truman?
I'm going to go with Hoover.
Okay. Will, you have to go either Hoover or Truman.
I will go Hoover.
It's got to be Hoover, right?
It's Truman.
Oh!
Wilbert, it was right there for you. But now you're
Wow.
out. All right, 1 left. Funch with a 1-point lead. You get this right, Funch, you win it. If not, it opens the door for Emily. Em, it's a true or false, so you just got to go with whatever Funch doesn't pick. Funch, every team in the NFL except the Packers and the Giants have an official mascot. Is that true or false?
False.
That means Emily gets
Yeah,
true. The answer is false. The Jets and Chargers do not have official mascots.
There you go.
Michael Funches is
Funchy.
your winner.
Wow.
Listen to Luther, baby.
But I have a fun tiebreaker that you
Okay.
can all play.
Cool.
Okay?
Yep.
I mentioned Rocky the Nuggets mascot earlier. Ken Solomon played Rocky for more than 33 years. At the height of his earning power, Solomon became the highest-paid mascot in sports. How much money did Ken Solomon make to play Rocky in his highest-paid season?
In the whole year, not like per game.
His annual salary for that 1 year, it was the highest annual salary for a mascot in the history of sports. How much did Ken Solomon make for playing Rocky the Nuggets mascot? Mace, do you have a number?
I do. It's $93,000.
$93K. Funch, how about you?
I'm going to say $74K.
Emily?
$150.
Oh.
Will?
I'll say 100.
None of you were even close.
Really?
Ken Solomon, towards the end of his run, as Rocky the mascot of the Nuggets, made $625,000.
Breaking news!
According
you can make
to
that much money as a
Forbes.
mascot?
He did.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well,
Now, by the way,
what am I doing here?
Now, Solomon retired, and the new guy makes $60K.
Well, he's got to work his way up.
Yeah.
He's no Ken
And I
Solomon.
will say they have to appear outside the season. They have to be available, go to
Yep.
weddings, things like that.
What
It's
are
not-
Rampage is pulling down?
I would say probably around that, probably 50, 60K.
I think even more. Mr. Cronky's probably good to Rampage.
Okay.
It's probably
Well, we can always
making
ask
six
Rampage.
figures,
He's
I
not
think.
allowed to talk.
Yeah, he can't talk.
Maybe he gets an appearance fee.
Yeah.
Adds it up.
Maybe Jordan Rodriguez knows what Rampage is getting paid.
Yeah,
I
she's
think.
going to break it down.
break it down.
We'll put Sarah Barshop on the case.
Yeah.
Tell her that that's her next big breaking news story.
All right, Game of Games is presented by the Call Jacob Injury Hotline. Only number LA Trust after an accident. 800-345-6789. That's 800-345-6789. Funch, great to see you, man. Thanks for playing.
Congrats,
Hope it's like that
Funchy.
last time.
Way to go, man. And coming up next, Super Crosstalk. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. During the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Rams preseason football is back, and the countdown to kickoff is officially underway. Get your first look at new additions like Myles Garrett and Trent McDuffie, alongside stars Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, to experience every game live and enjoy home playoff ticket access, interest-free monthly payment plans, and exclusive stadium event pre-sales. Explore Rams season tickets today. Visit therams.com/2026. Don't miss out on any of this season's action and get your Rams season tickets now.
Championship Boxing returns to Pechanga Resort Casino on Friday, August 21st as Jake Paul and Nakisa Badarian's Most Valuable Promotions presents Serrano versus Mansour. Be there for an historic event as the most decorated fighter in women's boxing, Amanda the Real Deal Serrano, seeks to break the all-time women's knockout record in her bout against Argentina's Lucrecia Mansour. Grab your tickets and don't miss out on an unforgettable, action-packed night of boxing. Visit Pechanga.com for more info.
Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your own schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job, it's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at GlobeLifeCareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, DeMarco's here. Travis here.
Yeah, baby.
What is going on, guys? We, by the way, just a little nugget. At one point, Puka Nacua left the field during his Cowboys joint practice, and DeMarco, you say he was seen since then, and
Yeah,
he seems okay.
He came back out to shake hands after practice, and he was walking around in the cafeteria,
Good.
so looks like he's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, anything could happen in camp. Yeah.
Hey, Travis and DeMarco, weigh in on a kind of debate we've been having throughout the show today. If I was a commissioner in sports, I would try and think of ways to keep my players on the field or on the court whenever I could. It seems like in sports, and particularly in the NFL, if anybody misbehaves, they get suspended. Adam, we had a clip from Adam Schefter earlier today talking about how both Alaric Jackson and Puka Nacua. Mace, did he mention Jackson?
He didn't, but I later saw a report that Jackson was part of the conversation.
Okay, so Alaric Jackson and Puka Nacua were both involved in incidents which neither was charged, but they misbehaved. And they both invited potential domestic violence situations, but they were not charged. If I was a commissioner, I would lean towards letting them play because there was no criminal conviction. But Mace correctly points out that they protect the shield at all costs, and they've been punishing people for years, even though they didn't get convicted of a crime. Trav, I'll start with you. If you were Roger Goodell, would you lean towards punishment or away?
I think I would lean towards them in both of these cases. For Jackson specifically, it's not the first time that we've had an incident involving a woman with an accusation. So I understand an accusation is not a conviction, but this is not the first time that we've been dealing with this. So I would lean towards punishing him. The Puka thing, and this probably isn't fair, but I think this is also the way that it works. There was video. And there were pictures, and that always makes it worse, right? Like if there's a picture or a video of something, it's much harder to sweep it under the rug.
And that one picture is really tough to take.
DeMarco, you are the only one of the four of us who ever played in the NFL. Where do you lean on this? Lean toward punishment or away?
I'm with you guys on the NFL protecting the shield. They also do a good job of gauging outrage.
Mm-hmm.
So if Puka was not suspended, how loud do you think that would get?
Well, I don't think it would get loud in the NFL. The first question fans always ask us when a player gets suspended is when can he come back?
But in this case, I wonder if this is a mitigating circumstance. He did go through some therapy. He's talking to the team therapist. He's working through issues, connecting more with his mom, and his circle's gotten smaller and stuff like that. Does the NFL look at that and say, well, this guy seems to get it? Or does the punishment come no matter what?
I think those meetings with Goodell, they go a long way. And if he feels like he can trust you and gets that feeling, like you said, this is a one-time thing, he may go light on the punishment. But I think that's the reason that Schefter vague report came out. The NFL
he knows something.
Well, they're here.
Yes.
I think they're here meeting with both guys right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so depending on how those meetings go, we'll kind of determine where your suspension or if you're going to be suspended.
So let's apply this to football for a second, just looking at it from a football angle. If Nacua and Jackson are both suspended for that game in Australia, would the Niners then be the favorite? Are those guys that important?
Puka certainly is.
And he's
and Jackson's not far behind
and
either.
Depends on how healthy the Niners are going into that game.
That too.
Right.
Yeah, it certainly, if it doesn't flip it, it makes it a lot closer than it would have been. I mean, yeah, I kind of going back to what you said, John, about the outrage if he didn't get suspended. I don't think there'd be any.
No,
but there were some comments he made.
What do you mean?
Discriminatory comments he made.
I think
stuff is like
that's
totally,
what I mean.
Right,
totally
but that's kind of come and gone. This is for the other stuff.
I also think, by the way, that was a case of ignorance.
Definitely,
he had no idea.
Yeah.
He had no idea what he was doing.
And I hope it goes that way when you're talking to the commissioner or whoever's here from the league.
At least as of the moment, the Rams are 2.5-point favorites in Melbourne.
Right. Would it swing the other way if those two guys get suspended and the Niners are healthy?
Who plays left tackle if there's no Alaric Jackson?
Well,
Quessenberry?
yet to be
Do you move
determined.
McClendon over?
Yeah.
No. You're going to keep him at right. So it'll be Quessenberry, Trost.
Rookie or a guy that's bouncing around a
and
lot.
How do we feel about that, protecting Matthew Stafford's
Remember I went
side?
last year when you didn't have Alaric Jackson for 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah. It gets pretty scary out there.
That's not encouraging. This whole
friend of
conversation is bumming me out.
A friend of mine just who knows things just texted me. The interesting thing about your conversation is they rarely do anything to NFL owners. Kraft, Haslam, Mara.
Who was that guy that dumped the beer They did punish him, didn't they?
That was Bud Adams, right?
Yeah.
No, but wasn't
In
David
Tennessee.
Tepper involved in a situation
David
too?
Tepper told somebody to F off.
Yeah, but I think they just publicly reprimanded him. They didn't
Yeah.
suspend him.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing this in the NBA with Ballmer. I doubt they're going to do anything to him.
You really think so?
I think they'll do something to the Clippers and they'll do something to Kawhi, but do I think Steve Ballmer will get, like Stephen A. suggested yesterday that if the circumvention's true, keep Ballmer out of the arena for a year?
That's what I say.
I think that's the number one punishment for him.
Single
They'll never do
that
it.
means the most.
Yes.
They'll never do it.
Have they done it with any other owners where they've suspended them for a year?
Steinbrenner.
Well, and then there was the minority owner of the Warriors who pushed Kyle Lowry during the finals. He was sitting courtside, and the guy shoved Lowry, and they banned him from the building. But would they have done that to Joe Lacob?
They suspended Robert Sarver for a year.
And eventually forced him to sell.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see.
But I don't know. Kawhi's making it every which way, apparently. And when he was talking to the Lakers, he said, I want a piece of the team. Or Uncle Dennis said, I want a piece of the team and a bunch of deals.
Said it to Toronto, too, right? He wanted ownership in the Maple Leafs.
It's like this is the...
Closed mouth don't get fed, Trev.
Yeah, guess not.
But this is
not.
out-and-out cheating.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hope that Ballmer gets banned from his own building this year. That is the punishment that would mean the most.
I have always been a big advocate of creative punishments. Like, do the thing that would be the most detrimental to that particular person and not letting
Trav,
Ballmer
to your
go
point,
to the game.
Yeah, to your point, there is no amount
Yeah.
that you could fine Ballmer that would affect him.
Yeah.
He's worth $150 billion.
Right.
So making him not go to the games would be exactly what you're describing.
Hope he goes Bobby Valentine. Shows up with
That's good. So last thing here, I'm leaving. I'm going to
Have
Spain
fun, man.
and then to Amsterdam. I'm super excited. Barcelona, beautiful city. How much social media should I do, if any?
Every day.
Every day?
Let us know what you're doing.
I go
Mace,
the opposite.
I'm going to make a plea.
Yeah.
Do 0. It will cleanse your soul.
100%.
Really?
Don't even look at it.
100%.
You'll have the greatest trip of your life.
Yep. Delete it from your phone.
I need to see everything, Mace.
Yeah.
I'm the other way.
You can
Interrupting.
take pictures.
I want to see.
And when you get back, you can put some stuff up. But while you're over there, don't worry about
I
that.
know what you're
Just
eating,
go have a good time.
the pool you're in,
All right.
the view.
Follow my stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Follow my stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'm going to do the ultimate yabba dabba do here. I am actually gone for a while.
Enjoy.
I'm super
Have
excited
fun,
for
man.
it. Thank you very much. There you have it. Sliding down the dino tail, and I'm out of here. Coming up next for you, DeMarco and Travis. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
I've been in L.A. a long time.